episode of PLOPP Life.
Right. Hi, guys.
Today is October.
It is.
It's October somewhere.
It's somebody's here.
It's October nowhere. It's April 16th. It is Tuesday. It is 8 o'clock. I am Deshon. I'm aware of these things. I'm not crazy. But I am Deshon. You have tuned into PLOPP Life. People love other people's problems.
Yes.
We also have Sacha.
Yes.
Granger in the house.
Yes.
Hi, Sacha.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
And in case you're looking at us, if you're trying to look at us on YouTube, we're not streaming live right now, but we will upload the video later. But you can absolutely see us on Facebook and Instagram at PLOPP Life. And and I would advise you to do so because we have a very special guest today.
Yeah,
We do.
Yeah, what up? What up?
His name is Christopher Flanagan.
Man, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Yeah,
Christopher Flanagan.
What's going on?
Let me tell you something, Christopher. It's girls has been getting their nails done, their hair done. I'm like, look, he can't see you, but whatever makes you feel good while you're listening or watching is all good. Because he's something to see.
He is. A little
He ain't my type, but he's something to see.
I think he is my type.
And that's okay.
He all right. Well, I only say that because I like real black and ugly,
Oh.
and he's very handsome. I like him ugly. I'm talking about ugly and like purple black. I love it.
Purple?
But yeah, they don't like me though. But
color.
yes, I love. I mean, I like motherfuckers so black and ugly that people get scared and be like, oh, is a Harabi on the loose? I like them like that.
Yeah.
Not a Harabi.
Yes,
Oh,
I like them ugly. You ain't that.
We're not.
So that's all right though.
God is good.
God is good. Yes,
You know,
he
man,
is.
it wasn't always like this, though. I tell people all the time, like, it wasn't always like this, you know. But
That's okay, girl.
No.
Yeah, that's okay, girl. That's okay, girl.
Okay.
He wasn't always like what?
I didn't always. I didn't grow, to be like this handsome dude. Like,
Oh, the swan came later.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Through high school, I couldn't
don't
get a date.
believe it.
Like,
No.
Okay.
tell
I mean, I
everybody
believe
this is
everything's
legit
possible.
Real life story. So look, I went to Hamilton, right? Hamilton was always known like for the girls.
Hamilton, yes.
So look, man, I didn't even go to prom with a chick from my school.
Are you serious?
A whole nother school, absolutely. It's a real life story.
I'm gonna need a throwback Thursday picture on your next post,
I don't believe
so we can verify this shit.
Hey,
The
mandatory,
special
yeah.
guest is Christopher Flynn.
Yes, it is.
Whatever.
But we cannot forget. We looked at all this beauty. We forgot about April.
Hey.
That's
A+
messed up,
is
'cause
beautiful,
A+,
too.
that's the resident handsome man
What
right
up?
here.
What up?
The engineer. A+.
Plus
What
is
up,
in the
A+?
house.
Oh, man, I'm just living, man, blessed to be alive.
Yes. On this
Always.
Tuesday.
In
On this
October.
Tuesday.
On this self-care Tuesday.
Somewhere in, it's October somewhere.
It's October somewhere. We're going to do this. How we going to do this today? Expeditiously? How we doing this show today, A+?
Expeditious.
That's this shit.
We're running through it.
We love it.
Hey, let's run through it.
Hey.
Exclusive. I don't have the song on me right now.
But it's all right, though.
But Kodak Black has a response
Oh, he has.
entitled Expeditiously.
Really?
Kodak.
A response to what? To his fuckery?
I believe the T.I. and everybody that was trying to send him. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
Were they trying to sign him, or were they trying to just... What do you call it?
that's what I call it. Send him.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, at least that's how.
Do you think that's what it was?
that's how he interpreted it?
Yeah,
Him being young and everybody kind of, you know what I'm saying, being a little bit older or whatnot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's his perspective. But I understand it. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that.
You understand him, or you understand what they said?
I understand. I understand
Both
everything.
sides.
Both
Yeah.
sides.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Kodak Black is right. I'm just saying I hear where he's coming from
understand.
feeling sunned or whatnot. But I mean, he
But
deserved it. He deserved it, kind
It
of.
required a whole song?
I mean, you know,
I
that's
guess
how.
to him, that's
that's
how they
how-
respond.
That's how he
Okay.
defended himself.
Yeah.
That's how he
Right.
tried to defend himself.
That's how people
you know?
respond.
I mean, that's
Really?
I mean, he is a rapper, so it's
got it.
fitting.
Well, I mean, you could be a rapper and
Yeah.
still not have to do a whole song about whatever.
That's
But
how
this
I
is
thought
probably the best
I mean-
way for him to express himself
Yeah, I
through
was
his
about to say
art.
that, yeah.
I remember, what was his name? What is the dude? I can't think of his name. Maybe y'all can help me. He is a rapper. I think he's from Chicago. And he had a song that he performed at the Hip Hop Awards.
Okay.
And he kind of had not necessarily just like a dig at what's his name, XXXTentacion, but his mom was in the audience. And at this point, when the song was made, he was alive, obviously.
Vic Mensa,
there you go. And when he performed it, and this was a while ago. This was in October, right? Last year, right? He performed it, and people was kind of like, oh, people was like, oh, you know, he did, whatever the case may be. But one thing he said, he made a post. He knew a song. He said, to paraphrase him, I meant what I said. It was no disrespect to him or his mother, but he had lyrics about not accepting men being abusive, because he was convicted of being abusive to a woman, being abusive. He's not a person who has those kind of lyrics or promotes that kind of behavior. And he was XXXTentacion was not doing it in a song, but he did it in real life. So he made a post about it. He was like, I'm sorry about, you know, him, but I meant what I said, and I stand by that. So I mean, you could say that. I guess he could have done that, but I guess, you know.
But you have the right to express yourself how you choose, right? Just like he chose to do a post, or he chose to do a song. Yeah. I haven't heard it though. I really don't listen to Kodak Black though.
I mean, well, if you listen to him on what's the station?
Sorry.
On Big Boy, honey, you won't hear it on there.
No,
because they took him off.
Yeah, they 86'd
86'd his ass. But again, if you want to see us, please go to Facebook. Don't go to YouTube. Not right now. Go to Facebook. You can live. You can comment. All those good things. You can see us. You can also come to our Instagram page. These are all PLOPP Life. You can also go to.
But if I put my mic.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So you can also visit Mr. Christopher. What's your Instagram page?
Yeah. So it's @Christopher Flanagan. I mean, you know, it should pop up, but.
And I think Sacha's is up as well.
Yeah.
You can see her and him. You can't see me. So if you don't see me, you're still watching the right show. But you just won't see me. But I love it. But you can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Google Play. Yes. You can listen to us on iTunes, on Spreaker.
Y'all everywhere. I like that.
We on that. We on that shit.
Going. That's what I'm saying.
We on that shit. But you can. But if you want to talk to, you know what? You may not want to talk to me and Sacha. But if you want to talk, because look at him. Because if you want to talk to Mr. Flanagan,
hey, listen, they gonna tap in. They gonna tap in.
Yeah. Tell everybody, look, on his live too, call us. Call us on and what's the number, Sacha? Because I lost my train of thought.
Give him all the number. Give him the number.
310-910-9676, extension number 1 for you guys who are also typing in. Please call in and talk to Mr. Flanagan.
Man, I'm an open book too, so
let's
get it.
He said he's an open book.
Oh, come on, open book.
Yeah.
Are you a completely open book? Because you gave us
Let's go. Look.
Right.
Disclaimer. No, we good.
Right. I'm messing with you. Just we do it. Listen, in case you all are new friends
you
watching.
Found him? Great.
Because we call everybody friends, Christopher. Everybody. We don't call them listeners. Everybody's friends.
Man, I like that. Yeah, because I don't even like to use the word follower. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not that.
What about stalker? Do you use that word?
Nah, I try not to.
Well,
come on now. I don't like the word stalker. You know what I mean?
Well, nobody does, especially a stalker.
Yeah.
That part. If you want to, what was I going to say?
Oh, man.
If you're one of our new friends, hello. If you are one of our new friends, you are absolutely able to call in here, and you're absolutely able to speak to us, and you can speak to Christopher. I will pump that out there. I would like everybody to take a moment and understand that your president is making a 6th military
is that
branch called Space Force.
True.
Yeah, it's old news, but it's coming to fruition.
Right.
We thought it was going to be some shit he started last year. And I'm not told some secret shit he started last year, like he started that secret taking them children away. We didn't know about that until later on. But anyway, so I don't know if he thinks Thanos is really coming or what the situation may be. Because I know Endgame is like, first of all, Endgame is sold out everywhere. I ain't never seen a movie sold out 3 weeks before the movie even comes out. Every theater sold it. I got my tickets.
Man,
for me and all the shit.
You got your tickets already?
We do. We got like 12. We did like 2 transactions.
Man,
but them kids was on my head. Listen, we want to go see it. And
you have all of your kids?
Child.
All of them?
I said 12 tickets.
Okay.
12 whole tickets.
Yes, 12 whole tickets and they own
seats.
No lap dogging it out up in this shit. But I don't know if he think it's real or not, but that's what is going on. That's where we are with it right now.
All right, let's go with it then.
Space Force.
Space Force.
The final frontier.
Yeah, he's putting together the Avengers. Yeah.
He's putting some shit together. He needs to try to put
going.
together that plan to get his ass up out of there. That's
Quick
what he's
question.
trying to
That's
do.
a fact.
But that's all right. Go
That's a
ahead.
fact.
Question.
What is the end game?
The end game is an Avengers movie that is coming out on April 26th. Are you into Avengers?
I am not.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
guess
me either.
I'm not a superhero. You know.
Well, I love it, but
yeah,
it's
I
not
love
my
that.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
not.
that's what's up.
But you know what I love more than anything
I rock
else?
with it. I rock.
You like the Avengers?
Is that a deal breaker?
Do you like the Avengers?
Oh, okay. Well,
Low key, it
I
might
guess
be.
I'm
Hey,
out.
I need. You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
like superhero
love
shit?
it. Love
Oh,
it.
this
What?
gonna be a good fucking show.
What? Mandatory.
No.
But let me tell
Who's
you,
your favorite though?
my favorite.
Yeah. Straight man, it's only one. Come on, man.
I think my favorite out of all, but really who I like the most, you probably ain't gonna like. I fucks with Gamora.
Come on, man. The Hulk is that guy. That's it. Period.
Well, the Hulk is, but the Hulk he on this pussy shit
Yeah,
right now
he
because
is
he's
on some
scared.
weirdo shit.
He don't want to
on some
come
weirdo
out and
shit.
see nothing.
He gonna be back though. We
Oh,
good.
is he? Oh, is he? Right now, Thanos did that snap. But you know what?
Man, he did,
But for the culture, it's got to be Black Panther.
Oh yeah, period.
Okay,
you know
come
we
on.
gotta man.
Come
let's
on,
take a
Neil.
moment. We gotta take a moment for Black Panther.
Take a
Real
moment
talk.
for Black
Yeah,
Panther because
yeah.
that Black
He is that
Panther
one.
movie has turned
Straight
entertainment
up.
and television around.
Straight
Period.
up. Yeah,
Because Black men is getting roles. You got to
That's
pay
a
for
fact.
Hollywood now.
That's a fact.
Come on,
That's
I'm
a
telling the
fact.
truth.
It's coming through though.
You better say it.
I ain't lying.
But let me ask you this question: do you fuck with Game of Thrones?
Nah, I don't.
Oh my
Just go
God.
ahead. I'm gonna get up. If I gotta get up and leave,
I
I'll get up
don't.
and leave.
I've never seen an episode. What about you, A+?
Well, let me tell you something right now.
Hey, I'll go ahead and get up.
Somebody is missing.
Right.
Somebody missing.
Yeah,
Somebody's child is missing.
No,
Wait a minute.
okay.
It interrupted everything. Somebody's child missing in a white Nissan Versa, California plates, A as an apple, D like David. We're going to do what we can for the people. 72,
Hi,
B like boy, 50. We're trying to give some pertinent information, girl. Tell
We
John.
are. I'm just trying to speak
Yeah,
to
somebody
you.
Hey,
missing.
somebody
Somebody
is
missing.
endangered. It says endangered missing, so that's some serious shit. It don't say Amber.
Yeah, that's
It's saying
right.
endangered.
Right.
That's different.
So if you see a white Nissan Versa, California plate, if you in Cali, and it's the A like apple, D like dog, 72, B like boy, 50. I sound like a police officer.
You
Yeah, you
do.
do.
You hear me that?
You was a dispatcher in your former life.
I was. Apple dog, 72.
Your little former life.
Are you?
50. You know that's how they do.
You
Yeah,
did
they
some
do.
things on the telephone?
Oh, I've been, well. Don't mess me up, because you might see don't. We got
Oh, man.
oh my God, you receiving it.
Yeah, do you want to
Okay.
keep...
I don't want to see it right now. Okay, but anyway, that's what's going on right now. You hear that
That's
beeping
what you
going
hear.
on? But if you see that kind of car, like for real, if you see that shit going on right now, please call 911. And it says a danger, so don't try to apprehend them yourself for all the superhero and Game of Thrones talk.
I
You
don't
ain't got no
rock
special powers.
I don't rock
So if
with
they
Game
shoot
of
you, you gonna
Thrones.
bleed.
They mad at me for not rocking with
Okay.
Game of Thrones. My bad.
You-
That's not my fault.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just kind of disappointed.
Damn.
But they said what? It was 1 billion people who watched? 1
Game of
billion?
Thrones, like I told you
A
last week, is the
billion.
number
Man,
one
I-
show in the world.
You
watch
did?
that? Let
You
me
said
tell you
that in the
something.
world.
I've
He don't
never
know.
seen not one episode.
That's
Not
what I'm
one.
saying.
Me either.
Everybody
Let me tell
be
you,
on
the
it.
Game of Thrones-
Overhype. You know what I'm saying?
It's
The
overhyped.
Walking
Let's talk
Dead.
about power.
The Walking Dead.
We could talk about power.
The Walking Dead.
Let's go.
The what?
Really
The Walking
rock with it.
Dead. That's what I'm stuck on.
I'm on nothing.
Nothing.
Really?
I got nothing on the Walking
Sports
Dead.
and music. That's it.
Not even the Walking
The
Dead.
Walking
Get my
Dead.
bars up. Get my bars up. If I don't know something, y'all gotta put me on it.
No,
I just told you what to put on. She said Walking Dead, don't.
What?
Don't do it. But do it.
What I mean, go for
I'm
it.
conflicted.
Moving right along.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
How we moving?
No, I just wanted to. I wanted to touch on the Space Force stuff.
Come on, Space Force.
Because although I'm not into the whole, superhero stuff and all that,
Okay.
I do feel like, what I'm saying, there's like this underlying, what I'm saying, message in between us. It's been pushed since, what I'm saying, we was little tykes.
Okay.
But I wanted to highlight, what I'm saying, somebody like Will Smith.
Okay.
And the type of movies, what I'm saying, that he's been a part of.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a current theme in his movies. So let's talk about it.
For which
Independence
one?
Day.
Okay.
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 Men in Black.
Yeah.
I Robot.
1, 2, 3. I Robot.
Okay.
You on some-
Let's talk about that one superhero movie he was.
Hancock.
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 You feel
Yeah.
me? I Am Legend.
Okay.
Fact.
now.
That's a fact.
What is he saying?
Hey, no
what
lie.
is he pushing?
My man is kicking.
What he's
Extra
saying and what he's
terrestrial
pushing
being.
I'm
is
gonna leave that alone.
Leave
what
it
he's
alone.
saying and what
Yeah,
he's pushing
that's a
is
bar.
pay me and I'll play you whoever you need me to play. Because he's making money.
So this
Right.
Space Force,
That's
Okay.
what he
I
on.
think is the absolute real thing. Straight
Yeah.
up, They're already talking
Well,
about.
Is it a good thing?
I mean, they're talking. Well, when I was hearing
That's what I
something-
don't know.
Well, they were talking exactly because you have to you also have to consider the source because they're grifters and they kind of flim flammy and they we know they stealing it. We know they got all kind of shit that they just lie and.
What's the Tesla dude's name?
Thank you.
The Tesla dude.
What's his name?
Oh my God.
SpaceX.
SpaceX.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you think it's that, or you think it's the fascination with space? Because we were just talking today.
It's real.
You think it's the fascination with space? Well,
Automation is taking over jobs. Go to McDonald's right now. You don't need cashiers. They got kiosks.
Do you think that came from space, or that was somebody? Who
No, I'm just saying everything ties in together. Technology.
It does. It does. But so you think that they're getting the technology for that from space? Because people tell me Mark Zuckerberg. Please don't cut us off, Zuckerberg. They say that he is a robot.
I can talk about this.
Do they?
Yeah, they say he a robot.
Who says that?
The same people who think that what he said.
I agree.
Let's see.
You think Mark is a robot?
I don't know that, but I would not put it past.
Please don't don't cut our shit off.
I'm over here.
Zuckerberg, we know you got all this shit going on.
No, okay, but this is interesting. So you think Mark is a robot? Why?
No,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is they're going to merge humans with technology.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's already starting with the
Yeah,
chips.
no, you
you
right.
feel me?
No, he's right. He's
The
right.
cash app.
It's gonna
It's gonna
happen.
be a cash.
I mean,
Because cash is obsolete right about now. Almost.
yeah, no,
Right.
nobody really rocking with cash.
You already can't function with.
But I mean, no, you're not gonna say
We
no.
got it because we got all our technology up in here right now. And if these microphones and shit reverted on us, we gonna be fucked up. But what you have to
I don't
realize
like
that.
talking like that on there.
But what you do have to realize though is that these technology and these computers, they don't make themselves. People make them.
So we're necessary.
Thank you.
Period. Point blank.
Okay. I'm just glad somebody said it besides me.
Right.
But I feel you. I understand. Because Sacha was telling me how fascinating it is about the picture of me of the black hole today.
Yeah.
And I said I saw that story, but I really didn't give a shit about it.
I loved it because it
Bermuda
was.
Triangle.
Well,
The Titanic. Come on now.
Okay, but what is that-
somebody couldn't drive. I mean,
Right.
they hit an iceberg. You think it was something else?
You think it was something deeper? With the Titanic? What are you saying is the
Do not believe
correlation
everything
with
that
A+?
you see.
I agree with you.
Point
I agree with you
blank,
on that. You have to
period.
fix
That's right.
education.
Wait, what are you saying?
No, that's a fact.
There are some things you do have
That's
to
real
think.
life. You can't believe what you've been shown now. You do the research yourself. And
Of
do
course.
your homework.
So in researching the Titanic, what have you found A+?
Just using that as an example.
Okay,
No,
but
it's just-
so you didn't have anything else to go into depth about?
It's a lot to go in depth.
Is
and
it?
I don't want to stray away from self-care and all that good
No,
stuff.
we do. No.
But I will say
No.
this.
You're definitely in order.
Let me
Right.
let me just end it off by saying this. Let me just put things into perspective, right? In elementary school or maybe even middle school in science class, did y'all ever have the opportunity to look at a drop of water under a microscope?
Yeah.
And all of the microorganisms that are inside of it.
Okay. Think about the street that you live on.
Okay.
Right? Your street, right, is in a neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Get deep.
Your neighborhood is in a city, right?
Yeah.
Right? Your city's in the county.
Yeah.
Your county is part of the state,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? Your state is part of the United States of
country.
America, the country.
Okay.
The country's part of your continent.
Come on.
Yeah.
The continent is a part of other continents that happen to be on a planet, right? That's a part of a solar system of other planets,
Yeah.
which is a part of a galaxy, right?
Okay.
Right.
Which is a part of millions of other galaxies.
Okay.
Okay.
Just leave it at that, man.
Okay.
We ain't we nothing. We're minuscule. So I don't know. This is my perspective on life. To believe that there's nothing else out there that exists, another form of intelligence.
Okay.
You feel me? That doesn't influence our life now. You got to be naive. I'm sorry.
Oh
Straight up.
no. Okay, so you were saying that to say there's life beyond
So
humans, right?
to bring it back to the whole Space Force thing, I believe it's a real thing.
Well, do we need a military for that? Is that not what NASA is in place for, to look through space and androids and shit?
Right.
They probably done made some relationships with some aliens. You feel me?
Okay.
Got some information, and they was like, "Hey, man, y'all gotta pay up."
Do you
or else
think
it's gonna be war
so? You
up in
believe there is life beyond? You think there's life beyond Earth?
Hell
Yeah.
You think there's life beyond Earth?
Absolutely.
You think there's life beyond Earth?
Totally, absolutely.
And I feel like,
Totally.
Hollywood, and I feel like the movies are telling us something.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
You gotta.
But will we
Are
ever
we
see
listening?
it? I don't think we'll ever see it in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Are we listening?
I think we're waking up.
You think we woke? Are we waking up?
We're waking up.
Because I will tell you this,
Not
there are
collectively.
lots of, in doing research, and like you said, Mr. Flanagan, not believing everything you hear, because there are lots of people who do believe that we heard about the spacewalk and Mr. Lance, or not, is it Armstrong or Buzz Lightyear? Which one of them from Toy Story? Whatever. Buzz Lightyear, the Toy Story character's named after him. But they're saying that was not real.
Yeah, no,
It's that phone right there.
You got people debating.
Over there. Up there.
Over there.
In the light.
Oh.
They're saying that was staged. It was on a stage. It wasn't real. So is
Yeah.
it? You think that's possible?
I mean, you
They're saying
can't
that they said that
believe
didn't
all this.
happen.
That's what I'm saying. History is history. Like, it's a.
So do you choose to believe that or not?
No, I choose not to. I'm not.
Because
the
how do I
fact
research
that we
that
got
to
so
be
much
true?
other.
Do not choose
mean-
not to believe what?
How do I disprove that? How do I research that? Because there's a lot of people saying the spacewalk, first man on space, that wasn't real. They said that was in the
It's
studio.
debatable. You feel me? I'm
Say it
not
wasn't
gonna-
real.
I'm not going to confirm.
So,
or
does
deny
that
nothing.
mean that
All
this
I'm
black
saying
hole
is-
picture wasn't real either? Because this shit that they doing on, if you look at this, so you're not looking at these superhero movies, but that shit you watch them, right?
Yeah.
It looks very real, doesn't it?
does.
Oh, they make it look real. I know
Facts.
it's not,
It
but
does.
it looks very real.
that's
So
right.
that shit can look real too. But you know what? We can get to that a little bit later. We do want to make sure that we are making you aware of our plop, and we have a flip and rotate segment where we talk about our hot topics.
Okay, what's
And
up?
flip and rotate is where we, because this is the sofa we sitting on.
Okay.
Don't mind the
I
chair.
got you. Yeah,
It's a big old
chilling.
green comfort. You chilling?
I'm chilling,
It's a
yeah.
big old green
Yeah.
fluffy sofa. We
How
sitting on
comfortable
it.
can we get?
And
on the
sometimes
sofa?
not too comfortable. And when sometimes you have to clean your shit. So you gotta flip that. You ever clean your sofa?
Of course.
Okay, you flip them things. Sometimes you find money and stuff up in there.
Yeah.
I wish I
Flip-
could find some money right now.
Would be nice.
Right,
But
come on,
you
A+.
but you vacuum out it or clean up out it, then you flip it back over.
Yeah.
And then you have a new sofa again.
Right.
So in that segment, we're gonna talk about a few things. What we gonna talk about when we flip and rotate, ma'am? Or do you?
Yes, in our flip and rotate, we're going to be addressing Wendy Williams.
Okay.
And the drama that's surrounding her.
Wendy.
Right, Wendy. We're also going to touch on Nipsey Hussle's funeral. That was
Man.
last week.
Uh-huh.
That was very epic.
It was.
Soldier Boy. More information we'll be giving you about the Mueller report because it's very, very important that you guys know what's going on with
Yes.
that. We also have an update with Lori Loughlin and the whole USC scandal.
Yes.
And Landon Hoffman is the child who was thrown off the balcony in Minnesota. So we're going to be touching on that. I know. I see your face. People are crazy. This is a very ridiculous
Randomly.
society we live in. And of course, yesterday, or was it day before yesterday, Notre Dame Cathedral, it burned. Almost
It's
burned
out now.
down in totality, but
It's down?
It's
no,
fine.
the fire's out,
I
but
saw
we
that.
will
I'm like, what?
we
We'll
will
chat
touch
about
on
that.
that.
As well as the Chicago Police Department and Mr. Smollett.
Right, Jussie again. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Can
Who
we
ain't?
move on from
Who
Jussie?
ain't?
Yeah,
Who ain't?
Must we talk about Jussie?
We must.
Can we talk about the sponsor though?
Well, first of all, we still want to sing our love and our support to the family of Nipsey Hussle. We know that we have the benefit of moving on to the next topic, but these people are living this every single day, and
Right.
and I know they just did the dedication to the have you seen the basketball court that they did at Queen County? It's
wow.
bomb.
Not too far
it
from
is.
my
Really
house.
nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, not too far from
Really
my
nice.
house. No doubt.
So we do want to send our love and our support there, and also
All the
to
love.
Mr. the little baby Landon Hoffman, because we know he's fighting for his life right now. God, he's 5 years old.
Wow.
But yeah, we can talk about our sponsor with them cheesecakes.
We
What's their
can.
name, girl?
I think their name is like Cheesecake de Granger.
Okay.
That's the sponsor.
Okay.
And you can find us. Somebody actually, y'all been ordering from us, so thank you. We appreciate it.
Look, yeah.
Say thank the people on Facebook and Instagram too. Get about that phone.
Hi Instagram
And Facebook.
And hi
She
Facebook.
just stuck over
I
there.
know, I'm
she
stuck.
be having
Yeah,
I'm
little
in.
shit.
I'm in my own. I'm
a
in.
show within a show. Amen.
Right.
But tell them about Cheesecake de Granger.
Right, Cheesecake de Granger is an online bakery that specializes in cheesecake cupcakes, and we deliver throughout Los Angeles. And actually, I got something for y'all to taste on air tonight.
What?
She brought some cheesecake. She brought some cheesecake. She brought some cheese, and they are delectable, delicious, and divine. I've been studying the letter D in the dictionary. Yeah. And again, if you want to talk to us, please call 310-910-9676. Tonight's topic is self-care, caring for oneself. We're going to delve into that ourselves.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna take a very quick commercial because we didn't chat it a very long time. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a little bit of music, maybe like three seconds of a song, and we're gonna come back and y'all gonna get all up in Mr. Flanagan's beeswax. Is that okay?
Mr. Flanagan.
Okay, come on. We're back.
We are.
And I know y'all want to. I know y'all want to talk to all this chocolatey fineness that's right here in the middle of this. We are in a Christopher Flanagan
We
sandwich.
are.
Yeah, let's get it.
It's
On this sofa.
quite.
Let's get it.
It's warm.
Is it warm?
It's warm in here, in the Arizona, amen. But that's all right though. Why black people always do that, amen? It's Mr. Flanagan.
Yeah.
He's here.
I'm right
We're gonna
here.
talk to
Right
him.
here.
We're getting ready to get
Ain't
up in his
going nowhere.
business. If you decide, friends, you want to get in his business too, call us
Call in.
or leave a comment on social media. You can leave it on his.
Hey, that's how easy it is.
It's that easy.
It's just that easy.
It's just that
They can't
easy.
see you, though.
You can connect.
That's all good.
They can see what they
know what I
see
look
what
like.
you want them to see.
They know what I look like.
Or they back there saying some wave to him.
I mean, we just came back. You know,
Okay,
they
it's
gonna
all
tap in.
good.
Yeah.
But listen, Mr. Flanagan,
What's happening?
Mr. Model.
Yeah.
Right.
How did you get your stuff? Well, first of all, introduce yourself to the friends again.
Yeah, once again, you know, my name is Chris Flanagan, you know.
Oh, Chris. I
Yeah, you can call me Chris. You can call me Chris. That's cool, you know.
Everybody, hey, no, they don't.
You know, to start, I don't know what you're about to ask how I gonna start, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just been doing it for about, I don't know, like 5 years, 6 years.
Oh, you just started modeling.
Yeah, not too long ago.
You like it?
I like it. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
It's not
You
bad.
have to love it.
Yeah, I do. It's true.
You take care of yourself.
God
Again,
is good.
what's the Instagram?
I am _Christopher Flanagan.
Please go in there and you can see how well he takes care of himself. Okay.
Advocate for that.
Can we go back to, because in the beginning you were talking about, you know, how you blossomed into the swan.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit more about that, Christopher.
So a little bit more into that is like, you know, like I said, I didn't even go to prom with a chick from my own school. So.
But you went to prom.
I went to prom.
Somebody went with you.
Somebody went with me.
Did you pay her?
Nah.
I mean, you said you was ugly.
I mean, you know.
He didn't say ugly.
Yeah,
He said it wasn't always like this.
It just wasn't like this, you know.
See?
It went through an extended awkward stage. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what was so awkward about you?
It was just, you know, I don't know. I didn't have a beard. I didn't have, like, you know.
Well, the beard don't make, I mean,
The
well,
beard
2019
doesn't-
it do,
but
but
I had, you know what it was?
Everybody,
I'm gonna
ooh,
be honest, I'm
beard.
gonna be real. So when I was like 12,
Uh-huh.
I had to like get braces. So I was gonna either get reconstructive surgery on my jaw or the dude.
what happened to your jaw?
I just had a bad underbite.
Okay.
So,
Really?
yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. So it was
Oh.
like, we can do surgery. It'll just take 2 years to recover, or I
Okay.
can give you braces for like, you know, 6 to 8 years. So it was
6
like,
to 8 years.
yeah, because it was so bad. It was that bad. Yeah, it was that bad. So
I can understand that because I know that when kids wear braces regular, what's the regular time? Like a year or two?
yeah,
No, I
like
thought it was longer
like
than
3 or
that.
4
Yeah,
years.
3 or 4
Yeah,
years.
3
Oh,
or 4
I
years.
thought it was 3 or 4
No,
years. What kind of
yeah.
lousy motherfuckers
Yeah.
out? But I mean, but I thought it was like, okay, so whatever.
Everybody's not blessed like
No,
you,
they're not.
Deshon.
They're definitely not. I'm telling you.
Did-
So,
Well,
you
what
never
has
had-
to do with blessing? I was just making a point that most times it's not as long, so I can see where, and even for the kids
No,
who
I
only
think
wear
that's the average.
8 years, bitch.
No,
that's
not
the
that,
average.
not 8.
That's what I'm
3 to
saying.
4.
I'm speaking on that. Well, I'm just saying the 3, whatever it is, you were twice as long as the average.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but the point I was going to make was even for the kids who wear it for the regular time, the 3 or 4 years, they get talked about. So
Nah.
I know 8 years. I know they was probably like, is them
man,
shit ever coming
are
out?
they ever coming out?
Yeah.
Like, I started thinking that it really.
Did it give you a complex?
It gave me a bad. I was like in a mental jail. You feel me? Like it put me there to where I was like, I wasn't confident. I'm like, you know.
Oh.
But so when it came time to get them off, and I'm like, yeah, like let's do it. it was always more work to be done to make them perfect, to get them to where. But I understood there was not.
You had to wear the retainers and stuff at night.
Retainers and all that shit. Like
so when you took them off, you took them braces off. You was like, yeah, bitches, look.
I had to really come back.
What you say? Railroad what?
Yeah, straight up. I had to come back on it. So it was cool.
Flash on them. That was the glow up.
Hey, that was the real glow up. But the way everything just happened, getting my start, I knew I didn't want to go the agency route. I didn't want to do nothing like that. I wanted to do it my way. And I was satisfied with how long it was gonna take, man. Like it was straight. Where I come from, like it doesn't matter.
Where are you from?
I'm from Leimert Park. Everybody should know that.
Oh,
Leimert
really?
Park.
You from Leimert Park?
Straight up.
That's Los
you know
Angeles for you
Born
guys
and
who are
in
in Louisiana.
Well, say Los Angeles, California.
Nah, I don't say Los Angeles.
Oh, well, come on.
Because Leimert Park is a community.
It is. We know it, but this is a national radio station, so people need to know.
Leimert Park is in South LA.
South LA specifically.
And I'm gonna definitely give cadence and due to South LA because that's where Nip come from too. And
Leimert, let me tell you something. Leimert got some.
It is to be respected.
So black, yes.
It is to be respected. It is to be revered. It is to be acknowledged at all times, and I'm gonna speak that.
And shout out to Issa Rae for making sure she had showcased that on her show on another level. She brought another part of attention to it, and that was great.
Yeah,
that was like a big LA stand up for that. That was
historic.
Really nice.
It's historic for sure. So I mean, the community is something I really believe in, and for myself, like I come from, and I see the potential that it has in the young people too. So I mean, I got a lot of good ideas and things I'm working on for the community. Even before this tragedy that happened with Nip, that was going to be, a boulevard I was going to travel down. You know what I'm saying? Because
and you still can.
And I absolutely. The marathon continues.
The marathon come on, Lauren London. She said the marathon continues.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, A+.
Quick question.
Sure.
Sounds like you real passionate about your community.
Man, I love it, man.
How do you feel about the community in 2019 in this age of gentrification right now? Because I know you feel it right now.
Absolutely, I see it, and not only that I feel it, I see it on a daily. You know what I'm saying? You see,
and it's in every city too, but
specifically Leimert, it was predominantly black, and so to see these little salt, these little sprinkles of salt, in the pepper, it's kind of different, because we see what they're trying to do, and I see what they're trying to do, and I want to get out ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like collectively as a people, we all need to come together, and there's no other way than have strength in numbers. You feel me?
That's true.
But people need to read and enlighten themselves and on these petitions that they just signing. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason is, and I'm gonna be real, the train that's going to be traveling through Leimert, and everything like that, we had an opportunity to have it go above the street level.
Yes,
have people signed it off what they were reading. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm big on trying to really, push the fact that we need to be a lot more literate on what we're doing and what we're signing off of, and not just what people are telling you, because a lot of people going to just tell you whatever they want to,
Well, because they don't want to tell you, they want to sell you.
Yeah, they want to
sell you.
And they
want to sell you whatever their situation is.
They want to do it expeditiously. You know what I'm saying?
Expeditiously. They do. It was also said by the late great Reverend C.L. Franklin, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book.
We have a question for Christopher. Chris, have you traveled the world in doing your modeling? And if so, what other countries have you been to?
Who's that question from?
This is from John Eric St. James. Thank you so much, John.
Okay.
Eric.
So look, no, I haven't had the opportunity to travel the world
yet.
Right. Yeah. No, and that's in the plans. It wasn't, like I said, when I started doing this, it's not for me, it's for the community. It was to show the young men in my community that it's possible to get to a certain level and certain.
So you was in Lauryn Hill when she said I want to be a ghetto superstar and sell like 500.
Straight up. Okay. I mean, I'm good with that as long as I'm able to bring it back and live comfortably. I don't need a hell of a lot. You feel me? As long as God, allows me to be comfortable and able to take care of my people and my family, and I'm able to bring it back to him and to the community, I'm straight. That's all I really care about. And because I have a son, you feel me? I need to leave a legacy.
What's your son's name?
Oh, my son's name is Carter.
Shout out to Carter.
No lie too. I'm gonna do this too, just because Carter.
Give him a shout out.
Carter deserved it. Carter deserves this. I love you, Carter, for real. You know, he has his own Instagram too. I am _Carter.
He
Flanagan.
sure does.
So check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He's everything, and that's the reason why.
He's absolutely adorable. Thank you for the A+. He's absolutely adorable.
A plus with the extra.
Absolutely adorable.
Straight up. So no, but look, honestly, the modeling and acting is gonna end. And not to get away from your question, I do plan on traveling the world. But
it was answered. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the modeling and acting is gonna stop. But when it's something I need to leave behind for him, so he knows.
Come on, legacy.
His father was somebody in the community, like, you know, he will know that I was respected in the community for sure.
Right.
Like that's a given. But that's the bigger purpose for me.
I love it. Well, let me ask you this question right here, Mr. Flanagan. Christopher Flanagan.
Yeah.
Irish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we have a background? Because I said Flanagan.
Somewhere.
From the Merck. Okay.
Somewhere.
You Brown, you in Jackson, you in Smith.
Right.
You was
Somewhere.
Flanagan.
Hey,
Okay.
listen. Look, it got tricky somewhere down the line.
It is. Who's Flanagan?
My mom. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really. So look, that's another thing. I didn't have a relationship with my father at all.
Me either.
Really?
Didn't want.
Do you know him?
I know him.
Okay.
But I don't.
Well, I don't know mine.
I don't have a
You
relationship.
So if you're listening and you watching and somebody know who he is,
Hey.
tell that nigga right here.
Hey,
Oh,
straight
well.
up.
Hi, Dad, if you're listening. I love mine.
Everybody ain't able.
Everybody ain't able, but
I know.
God bless you.
I love
You
my.
feel me?
We're very
Straight up.
close. Dad, I love you. You know
Hey,
that
man,
I tell
that's
you
a
every
real
day.
man. Straight up. Yeah, but no, that's the reason why I want to give so much to the community.
Good.
You know, and the
Do the opposite of what we're
Yeah,
done for you.
yeah,
That's
absolutely,
awesome.
absolutely.
I love that.
So now, what are some other things that you want to do as far as your community activism and involvement?
Absolutely. So I'm working on something right now that I really don't want to get too much involved.
Please don't.
Okay,
Too
don't-
much into it.
don't
But
give
no.
away.
Look,
No, I'm saying don't because you don't want me to go, you know.
Absolutely no. But
Because somebody taking and claiming.
absolutely, I'm targeting. So I'm just looking into single mothers, the ones that are that don't have a male presence, available. I kind of like want to be, a presence in their sons' lives. You feel me? Because I know how it was for my mom. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
She raised me, and I know it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? South LA, growing
Come
up,
on.
all this gang shit and gang violence and all that.
Did you ever go the gang route?
No, I mean, I knew people. And
Right.
was
You weren't actively
was around it and seen some stuff.
Me too. I ain't never been on no set, nothing like that. But
Yeah,
family,
nah.
you just there by association.
Know everything, know everybody, but it's never. And then you always get asked like, "What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? You gonna get asked?"
That's why I asked you.
But it's like,
Because this is LA.
I like something that you said too, because I saw this post this dude did today. He does a lot of like really good posts, but he was like, I think it was for last week, but I saw it today.
Yeah.
He was like, his Women Crush Wednesday was every single mother out there getting it,
Facts.
getting up,
That's a
putting
real-
herself to the
yeah.
side and taking care of her motherfucking
yeah,
kids.
period. That's who really needs the recognition.
Come on.
Not these. You know what I'm saying? But you know what?
Those is the real baddies.
The media gonna sell you.
For real.
The media
No,
gonna
you're
sell
right.
you.
I'm a single mother.
The media gonna sell you on all this other
I
shit. For sure.
am. I'm a single mother. Well, actually, I'm not a single mother. I'm married. That's my wife right there. Her name is Sacha.
Yeah.
You
That's
announced
my
that.
wife.
We're announcing it. We're coming out.
Yeah.
We done
Coming
came
up.
out. We done
Yeah.
blew out the closet.
All it took was me.
But I'm
coming.
gonna tell you right now, we always play. We call each other's wives.
Okay.
We do.
But it just be playfulness. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that bitch is my soulmate though.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Rock it.
But moving right along.
Run, tell that.
Yeah.
Run, tell that. We have our own Instagram page, like a together Instagram page.
Oh, yeah,
together.
yeah.
Follow
What-
us.
what's it
It's
called?
ain't nothing but a G thing 93.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we gonna follow that.
Are you going
And
to follow?
you gonna follow?
Yeah, follow y'all.
We're pulling
And
your
let me
card.
tell you something, because I just totally off subject. I kind of got a glimpse of what Gail and Oprah talked about once before, because people have been alluding to them being lesbians for years.
Yes.
And I remember Oprah addressed it one time in the foreword of one of her old magazines, because I do subscribe. And she said the reason why she believes that women are like that is because they're not used to women, namely black women, being close and accepting each other completely without being catty. So if they're doing that, they must be sleeping together.
Right. Yeah, nah, that's real.
I can tell you right now, we have not slept together
Never.
in a sexual manner, but we fell asleep next to each other.
Look at her face. Her face is like, wait, what?
We've had sleepovers.
She was like,
Wait a minute. Where we going with this?
But I'm just saying that's what that is, and I only say that because before our Instagram page, when we just post pictures, she would actually give phone calls to her mother. Her mother would give phone calls. She would call her.
Facebook
and say,
messages.
Are y'all kind of like, you know how OFO do like this?
Right,
Can y'all see
right.
They do? Is your little funny? That's your friend.
We're not. That's my best
And
friend.
and then you know what we say?
What?
Yep. Bitch, think what you want to think. What you think of my business. But anyway, back to
But no, that is true.
Extra.
But back to you, sir.
Yeah.
We'd like to get back to you. I do have another question. Do you get offended by the term Instagram model?
No,
a lot
man.
of people get offended by that because is that because there's like models. You have the Tyson Beckfords and all of the
right.
all of these with Ashton Kutchers and all these young men. Are they old men now? Am I speaking about? Are there any new men out there doing it besides Christopher Flanagan?
I gotta be.
Right.
But I'm just saying. But namely like those are people who you do around the world. You can say Naomi Campbell. You can say Linda. They know these particular people. But now and the reason I ask you is because some people get offended by it. Some people don't respect it because they're like, oh, Instagram. Anybody could be Instagram model.
Yeah.
Does that offend you?
That don't offend me now. Like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm secure in what I'm doing. I know my mission.
That doesn't define you.
No, it doesn't define me, and it doesn't change the mission. The goal the goal remains the same. Don't matter what type of label you try to put on me.
I love it because they say Instagram models have a huge following and they're very attractive. You fit both of those categories.
Right.
It ain't. I want to get it. I want a broader following. Honestly,
Come on.
I want to definitely touch more people, reach more people.
Well, let me ask you this question because I ask this to everybody that comes on the show.
What's up?
Because I believe in you putting things out there, manifesting, saying what you want to come to happen. Is there anybody that you want to work with?
Oh man!
Say their name,
absolutely,
and say it out. Put it in the universe,
listen,
so it comes back to you.
John David Washington, straight up, man. That's somebody.
In case y'all don't know, that's one of my baby daddies.
Man, straight up.
His father was my old baby daddy. It sounds really weird, but it's not.
John David, man, got a lot of appreciation, a lot of respect for what he's doing.
You could be his doppelganger.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Wait a minute. Could y'all get into this? Could you get into the camera?
No.
Do you know who John David Washington is?
I do.
Have you seen him or did you glance at him? Because that motherfucker fine too.
I'm
and
not
he looked
saying
just
that
like
he's
him.
not-
The
no.
beard, the color, the hair, everything.
I don't see it.
Well, then I need for you to get those contacts clean, sis.
No,
because
I know
Now
what
he
I'm looking
finding his
at.
own right. You know what you're looking at?
I know what I'm looking at, and I don't see it.
Have you been told that before?
I've been told that, yeah. I've been told I look like
How
a few
often,
people.
though?
I get told it a few times. Like
Really?
a few times a month.
He looks
like,
like
if I don't
him.
hear it
No,
a few
he's
times
more
a month.
attractive than to me.
Well, I don't think he's
than him.
unattractive. I don't think John David Washington. Are you trying to are you trying to say that he's John David Washington?
No,
unattractive?
I'm
Like,
just.
what are
no,
you really
I
trying to
don't
say,
see
Sacha?
it. Here we go.
he's definitely-
I'm
Here we
just
go.
saying, I think Mr. Flanagan is more attractive than
A+ said he saw and he a dude.
I don't see it. Now, moving right along.
I'm sticking to what I'm saying. You know? She like, look, this is what it is.
Boom.
What's that?
Oh, come on. If you do it
Well, I wanna
like that, no.
Picture of him?
I don't see. I do not see it.
In case you don't know what we're doing, we're looking at a picture of John David Washington.
Right.
If you
Yeah,
would
I
like
mean,
to
that's-
Google him, please do so, and you can do a copy
you
and
guys
paste,
think
and you
so?
put his picture right next to Mr. Flanagan's, and you will see the resemblance.
A slight resemblance, just like
Yeah,
A+,
it's
he
slight.
had to
It's-
just
it's-
like throw the
it's
camera
slight.
in my face and pull it back. Yeah,
It's like
glancing,
but yeah, no,
squinting.
that's somebody.
No.
Put it in front of your phone,
I
your
don't see
camera.
it.
Put it in front of them, let them see it.
Do y'all see the resemblance?
That's
Put it up
somebody I wanna
closer.
work
You
with.
trying to be shady? She like, do y'all see it?
Right.
Look, Sacha. She like, y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. Look, okay, it's all good.
No.
So just John David Washington.
John David Washington. There's a few people too. I mean, but that's the one that sticks out to me off the top of my head. You know.
Where can we see some of your work besides? Where can some of the friends see your work besides social media?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I've done like, you know, fashion shows and everything like
Okay.
that for Macy's and
Come on, Macy's.
and stuff like that. Ryan Seacrest and all that stuff. But
Ryan Seacrest.
yeah, this is when I first started. But I've gotten away from the modeling to do
Ryan
more.
Seacrest has an eye.
for that, I want to do more.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh.
I want to go ahead and just get involved in the acting more. So I just started making that transition. So I'm doing.
What are you doing to make that transition?
I'm just doing spec commercial shoots
Okay.
and going on auditions and stuff. Like I said, I'm doing this my way.
That's the only way to do it.
Do I have management? But I do not want to do the agency route. I don't. I'm just this.
So you have no representation at all?
I don't. I just got management and that's it. And
If you want to book Mr. Flanagan,
everything
reach out to me because I'm his manager.
everything,
I manage his shit.
everything comes through me. And that's
No,
how I
I'm
want
joking.
to.
But if they want to reach out to you, how can they get you for real though?
No, if they want to.
Listen, Linda. Not with the hookup shit. Not with the DM shit. Because you will be left on red, bitch. Okay. But back to the professional. If you're really actually wanting to, you like his look, you want to see him come in, you are have a reputable situation going on, production or whatnot, how can they reach out to you?
No, they can email me or DM, whatever. I'm not like that. I want to be accessible. I want people to know I'm human too.
Okay.
I'm not
for human.
I'm
You're
not
not an alien.
I'm not.
We're talking about aliens and shit. Because I am.
People be asking, "Are you real?" Yeah, I'm real. Probably
Isn't that something?
One of the realest for sure.
Isn't that something?
Really, people have really asked you.
Straight up, are you?
And I understand.
I mean, just all because they look at
social media.
They look at the hair and be like, is it yours? It's all that stuff, but it's but they don't expect me to be as authentic, or genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Because we live in a society where it's okay to be fake and lie.
Nah, straight up, and people broadcast that more, and that's why I say when we get into the self-care shit, you gotta feed your spirit and starve your ego. You know what I mean?
He is ready for the topic.
Right.
I love it.
That's a fact.
He is ready. So we're gonna push this shit along because he's ready for the topic.
That's
but I will say that I'm glad I like your approach on that because we did a show a few weeks ago about how we're very connected, but we're disconnected as a society, and people do not understand that people are real. They're not just somebody that's stuck up in your phone. This is a real human being.
Straight up.
And I think that we have lost our humanity because of the accessibility and not understanding that social media is not real. We're posting the highlights of our life. And we're doing the highlights and the filters of our life. It is not real. But we are. I love that.
You gotta be you a real person first. Come on. Social media in today. What you gonna do? What you gonna fall back on?
Asking people what was it a couple weeks ago? A+ when social media was shut down and people was like, "What the fuck do we do now?"
You see how
it was down. You know what the answer was? Talk to people like we used to.
Man, you had to. That's what they should do.
People was posting, well, you gotta go play with them kids you be ignoring when you be on Instagram and shit. But it's all good though. Do you want to give a shout out to somebody before we go to a little songy song?
I just want to give a shout out to anybody who's trying hard out here. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to anybody who's not giving up. Straight up.
Hashtag TMC, baby. The marathon continues.
So keep it going.
E8. We have a song coming on A+.
So the theme, of course, tonight are songs that have to do with self-care.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care
And
of
take
you.
care of your wigs. Shit.
Hey, don't worry.
I take care of my. I'm a hairstylist. Take care, but your wigs ain't gotta be the shit you put on like mine. Take care, this, your wigs. Take care of your shit.
Or if you're not gonna take care of it, just cut it all off.
Like she did.
Right.
Her hair was down here. And she was like, I cut it off.
Yeah. Last Tuesday.
I was like, you know what, bitch,
in
fuck
October.
you, clip.
Right.
I'm just joking. That's not how it went. But what was you gonna say? What was you gonna say to Mr. Flanagan?
Well, I had a question. I wanted to know what you were currently working on right now.
Okay, yeah. So we're working on this series. Me and my boy Derek, we're working on this 5-part series that we just going. I want to, like I said, I'm trying to expand on my own and do things my way. So I figured get into writing more and directing more myself. You know what I'm saying? So been trying to learn the game from him, so I can kind of,
Who is this?
Oh, Derek Crane, my boy. His name is Derek Crane, at Derek the Director.
How did you meet Derek?
Okay.
Derek, man, it was really God, honestly. My boy was having a pop-up
Won't he
shop,
do it?
man, every single time.
Every time. I know him to be faithful, but
straight
go ahead.
up. Look, so my boy had a pop-up shop downtown, and he was the videographer for the pop-up shop. And you meet people and vibe and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And you meet people by spirits, you know what I'm saying? So
the spirit recognizes the spirit.
Right.
Yeah, his spirit was real
Absolutely.
cool, and his vibe was dope. So he was like, man, I would love to just work with you, you know what I'm saying? Create something. So we created a few times, and I'm like, yo, like, I really rock with his approach, like, So lo and behold, like, I had a few deals come through, Fashion Nova Men, and everything.
Fashion Nova, word, that's good, that's big.
I know.
And I'm gonna tell you something about Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova would took over some shit, but when Fashion Nova Men came out, people was like, I don't know where this gonna go, but it didn't. It boomed. So you in there.
Got in when it first started, so it was a good deal.
Good.
So
Ground
back
up.
in June, you know what I'm saying? We broke ground in June and made that happen. We shot some stuff for them. It went over well. Got a few other offers to do some other stuff for other brands and everything like that. So I was like, look, man, if we're going to do this, we can do this ourselves and create something ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Make your own money.
Right.
And
Make your
just
own
push
money.
it. And I don't even care how many times we get told no, because we gonna make it happen regardless. You know?
But you have to
Right.
you have to go through the no's to get to the yes.
But that's
We
what
do.
but you people don't understand. that.
Rejection is direction. The no don't mean that I wasn't. The no doesn't mean that I did that. The no does not always mean. Let me get my words together.
Right.
The no does not always mean I don't fit where you are. The no sometimes means you don't fit for my
Yeah,
plan.
and it's not even a no. It could be a not right now,
But even if it's a no, that means that's good.
And that's good.
I learned that because when I go to a job, I learned interview them as they interviewing you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So y'all like that.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That's the real thing. You should. And that's making yourself formidable.
But sometimes we get, especially in your industry, people are like, excuse me, I just want a chance. I want, they get,
Yeah.
I don't want to say thirsty because I think a certain part of thirst is great.
Yeah.
Because people have taken that because of ego.
Yeah.
We've taken the word drive and turned it into thirst. Some people are
Man.
driven as hell.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
And that's cool. And that's a healthy thirst. You feel
It's
me?
a healthy
And
thirst.
There's an unhealthy thirst and there's a healthy thirst. You know what I'm saying? We gotta definitely tap into the healthy thirst, which is urgency. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It ain't even about being thirsty. Society's gonna label it
Anything,
negative.
right.
First they're gonna label it negative before they label it anything positive. You feel
Thank
me?
you.
But you gotta really tap into the fact that, if you want something, why not keep going for it? Why not show that
keep going
perseverance?
for
You
it?
feel me?
That's true.
And I like I said, I don't believe in the word no. I'm not shading you or nothing like that.
No, I feel you. I don't feel shaded.
But not right.
I'm just glad that you touched my hand.
Yeah.
Do I gotta say something else? What I gotta say again? Say something else. Let me
Yes,
see. No.
Yeah, but not
It
right.
didn't work that
Oh,
time.
my bad. Nah, but not right now fits me better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like
indeed.
that. Not right now or not with you.
Yeah, exactly. There
Like
you go.
you didn't want to touch my hand again, not with me. I'm silly as hell. Don't worry about it. I told you I like
didn't
ugly
catch
motherfuckers
it.
anyway. So.
My fault.
No, it's funny.
So, Keisha said, so no means no, but it just means that it's their loss.
Yeah,
Let's
fact.
not change the definition.
Oh, that's
of
what
the
she.
word.
That's her
Yeah.
definition. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah, that's
thank
real.
you for
Because if she was
in.
recapping what he said, then she was wrong. But if she making her own thing up, Keisha, you hit a dead on the head. Keisha, I can't wait till Keisha can hear. But anyway, is that all the best you had?
Yeah, that was all that I
Okay.
had.
Christopher Flanagan's absolutely not going anywhere, but
I
what
have
he is
some
going to do is
questions
go on
off
this
the
couch
air.
with us
Let's
because
get
we
it.
are getting ready to flip and rotate.
Let's get it.
And the first subject up is, I was gonna say something, but Wendy Williams. But we don't do that here. We don't.
What
Say.
happened? How you gonna say it?
Wendy Williams has said she's getting a divorce.
Man,
Yes, she did.
I think that's the right thing for her to do, honestly.
You think it's the right thing
yeah,
for her
I
to
think
do?
that'll do her some good, man. It's not going it doesn't do nothing to keep that negative toxic energy around her. She's not going to be focused, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that
Well, she's been doing it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because she's been with this man 25 years. She's
Right.
married to him
Married for
22 years.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Well, I will say this. She was married.
Oh, yeah, damn.
I'll say that.
Oh.
True.
Because they're saying, oh, this mistress. Anytime you've been with somebody for 10 years, that's a relationship.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
And that's a relationship that obviously she knew about.
Yeah.
You think
But-
she knew?
I mean,
You think she didn't?
Yeah, she had to have known something.
Thank you. This man done bought all kind of stuff for this girl, and she's having a baby.
Yeah,
And you're comfortably doing that.
Walking
that means
papers,
something.
totally.
Well, I don't know if it's, but it's also been said that there was an open situation going on with their marriage. See,
really?
The crazy part about the situation is there are times I think that it's because it's gotten so much attention. Yeah. It kind of reminds you of Bill and Hillary Clinton. It reminds you a little bit of Vanessa and Kobe. It is a situation where we're in a relationship, and I know that you're cheating. But now I gotta save face because now all
world
these motherfuckers
knows.
know you
Right.
cheating. So now I gotta make a move.
Right. That's true.
And I think that sometimes it's like if it works for you, it works for you. Yeah. For a lifestyle for some people, I won't point those people out. But I think for Hillary, it was like, well, I'm trying to be president, so keep your shit in your pants. I know you've been fucking these hoes. Please keep your shit together. But I'm trying to be president, so I can't do no divorce with you right now because I need the family look.
Right.
You need that. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And shout out to the Clintons because they're going to be at the forum on May 3rd.
Yeah, the image is important.
The image is important.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you sacrificing that for what? You're caring for yourself.
But she kind of said something that Wendy Williams' business, because this is the thing, she says her motto still is their business is our business. And I kind of understand what she's saying. We have to because this is PLOPP, and PLOPP is an acronym for people love other people's problems. But what I will say that's very distinctively different is that it is an art and a skill to talk about people's business without being nasty about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is what the whole premise of that we wanted to do here, her and I.
Right.
You know, you got to say what's going on because this was going on.
Right.
But it's the manner in which you say it and the manner in which she talks about it. There are still people to this day who don't fuck with her because of her, how she's done, and she has not really
what she
changed.
said on radio.
Yeah.
Right.
She just has.
She's toned it down a lot.
Well, she's cut down some things because she's on television in front of these others now.
Right.
So you kind of have to give that because they don't like all that, but they still like the da-dun-dun-dun-dun. They like the song and dance.
Yeah.
Oh, you understand?
Exactly.
Well, I'm telling the truth.
I know.
But you have to absolutely. But this is the part that really bothers me about that whole situation. Charlamagne has gone on and said that the girl that was, what's her name? I got her name on here. So you don't
I don't know.
name?
No, her name escapes me. I do not know her name.
Anyway, he says that was one of his friends from South Carolina. His home. He introduced her into the situation.
Okay.
And when he saw something, he said that when they were still on the radio, they went out to hedonism in Jamaica. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Do we? I've never heard of it.
Oh, girl. Well, Google it, sis.
Google.
Because
You
it's a lot going
chuckling,
on
though,
there.
Christopher.
Nah, I'm trying to get familiar too.
okay.
I'm gonna Google it too.
Okay.
Hedonism.
It is everything goes down at the resort. It's a nude situation.
Is it? I've never heard.
Okay. She's being facetious. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
But they all went down there as a whole getaway situation, and he says that he took her down there, and he said one of his homeboys was down there. His homeboy name is Wax. And Kevin confronted him and got pissed off at him because he thought that he was trying to set his girlfriend up with Wax. Now, why would you be mad about that?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, girl, I saw the whole thing. He said it. he did an interview. So he says he confronted him about it, and that's when he kind of got fired. He said, I don't know what he told Wendy, but Wendy stopped fucking with him. And I always stand by this, and disagree with me if you will, A+ and Mr. Flanagan and Sacha. It's very difficult to compete with pillow talk.
Yeah, that's why you don't do it.
You don't
You
have pillow talk?
can't avoid it.
Yeah.
The only way you can avoid it is to be single.
I mean,
because if you are dealing with somebody,
it's reckless. I mean, look,
it's very reckless, but you can't compete with it.
I mean, definitely. That's why you gotta have discernment. You feel me about the whole whatever you're doing.
But if this person's already up in your life control, and this part is what she has said, he's been controlling to her, he's been abusive to her, and she's like, oh, I love him, so and so and so and such. So her mind is already wrapped up in him. So anything he says is law.
Yeah, I mean.
But Charlamagne was her dog. And so I wonder now that she's seen the light, will she make amends with him?
With Charlamagne?
Yes. Will she go back and say, because she said she's starting with this new lead, she's looking for a new place, and she's been looking at 4 gray walls in the sober house and no phone and stuff like that. A sober house that her husband put her in.
She may make amends with him.
Will she? And you know, that's just the question that I had, because I think that even just coming off of her, why don't we ever just say, you know what, I was in a fucked up place.
Yeah. Can
you forgive me?
Because ego. That's why. I mean, that's the only reason people don't hold themselves accountable. That's why. You know what I'm saying? People have a hard time being wrong.
Have you seen her response to what she said online? Have any of you all seen her? Yeah. What she said about her divorce, whatever? Do you think that you haven't seen it? No. Do you think that she was? What's actually seen it? Do you think that she was forthcoming, or do you think that she was aloof about it?
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with her, because this is her job to get so detailed in other people's lives, but yet she just really brushed over what's going on with her. And I think people would respect her more if she gave the same attention to her life and spoke on her life on that platform. That's all I'm saying. That she does on other people. Because she just briefly just touched on it.
But what did the millennials say? Keep up that same energy.
Right.
Keep that same energy when it comes to you. So, I mean, that's what that is, whatever the case may be. But, I mean, I'm also wondering if this situation with her, with it being all after, if she's going to be more compassionate, or is she going to be, like, because you have predators, you have victims, and you have victimized predators who say it was done to me, so I'm going to do it to you. So do you think she's learned from this, or you think she's going to be like, you know what, let me take a different approach to people's business? Or do you think she's going to be like,
she's been doing this since radio forever.
Too long.
I wanted to think that. But when she gave her statement, she went right into, but you know what they say, I'm going to keep on doing this because their business is our business, so I don't think she got it.
No. She's not.
I don't think she got the opportunity that we've been talking about, like we were talking about Jesse, where there's a point where you can say, you know what?
Stop.
I fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Thank you. That's all you gotta do is just say, like,
because people
maybe she feels it's her personal life and she doesn't have to share it.
Man, that's not good enough though. Sometimes
it's not.
You really gotta hold you gotta be. That's the real essence of maturity and being who you really want to be. Like, know who you are.
Say it.
That's true.
If you can hold yourself accountable, be honest with yourself. That's also a good trait of taking care of yourself.
I think that she would give. I think people would start.
We need you in this
Oh, my bad.
I think people would start. I think people would start coming on more. I think people would have more compassion for a situation. Because obviously, because she falls down fainting and shit on camera. So obviously, I'm just what she did. So I mean, she needs something. Somebody needs to just. She did. She did. Did I make that up?
Nah,
do you absolutely think that has nothing to do with your spirit and your energy?
Absolutely. It has everything to do with that.
Yes, a lot of it. Yeah. And your response before was, as long as this ring is on here, we are good, and this ring ain't coming out for a lifetime.
Come on now, stop that.
Stop that. Yeah. I like how Roseanne was on there one time. And she was coming at Roseanne real foul about a situation with fidelity and whatnot. And she said, and Roseanne got her together real nice and professional. And she told her, we all go through that, right, Wendy?
She did.
She kept on her knee, right, Wendy? She gave a very much guilt. Robert.
Gave it to her. Karma is real.
Andrew, he said that journalists will never accept the fact that the world should be involved in their personal business. It's a job, and that's the way that they see it. Period.
Well, that's not journalism. Let's get that confused. Let's get that started up at
But
first.
I mean, I understand what he's saying, though.
I understand what he's saying for journalists. That is shock television. That is gossip talk. It's not based in any research besides, let me just see how, there's a bit of research to it, but journalism answers who, what, when, why, where, and how without a personal involvement. She is very just much. Oh, and she speculated about Diddy being a homosexual. Diddy didn't tell her he was gay. Yeah, that's what people don't understand. That's where that whole "how you doing" came from.
Yeah, it sure did.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
When she got to America, USA, they thought it was just a greeting, "How you doing?" But it came from referring to men who are undercover gay. It's "how you doing." That's what she asked. What she would say about She would do it like that.
didn't know
So
that.
yes,
From
we listen to her from radio.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even know.
And so
Years ago.
so people say, you know, they like to say, oh, this is her job. It's her job. This is not your job. This is a job that you made.
Yeah.
You made it your job. But anyway, moving right along off of her. God, but you know what? God bless her. She did serve him. She did serve him them papers. They did have extra security, and she fired him today, right?
She fired him today. Yeah.
Okay.
She fired him.
So there you have it.
Yeah. She
So
The saga continues.
but in true plop fashion, we must say anything, no matter how bad it is, when it comes to an end, no one goes into a marriage or to a relationship for it to end.
No.
So whenever something's in it, it's a bad. It's not necessarily a good thing. We do know that they have a son. I won't say a child. He's 19. So, but it's a family that's being separated for whatever reason. So we do want to pray for, we do want to send our good energy that particular way, because you absolutely have to do it the opposite of what other person would. So it'd be easy to just be nasty at her and say that's what you get, but it's not what she get, because she is a woman and she has faced something that's very hard, and she's in a relationship, and this is very sad. But what you want to talk about next, Sacha?
Nipsey Hussle, his funeral.
Nipsey Hussle's funeral. What you did? All of you all watch it?
I was on the street.
Yeah, I was on the street.
Yeah,
too.
I saw. Look, I did see that on your page. I needed to see the procession.
That's your people's A+. What you thought? Did you watch it? Because I know you love Nipsey.
Man.
That's L.A.
I watched the whole thing.
I did too.
Straight up.
He's saying Cali, don't he? What's the whole thing straight up?
Yeah, no, real talk.
What did you think about it? What were your thoughts about it?
I loved it. I loved everything.
Yeah.
It was amazing just to still see and witness that type of impact. You know what I mean? I think
Straight up.
his brother.
Oh, his brother got me.
His speech was the one that just.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
straight up, I really felt it. You know what I'm saying? If I can cuss, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? If I die, I hope I made the set proud, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like, bump that, you made the world proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not Nipsey, but Meek Mill, he was tweeting. He was just like, man, this Nip shit just got me like tripping. Like, it was remarkable. I love the home videos, the photos.
Yeah.
Don't do that, A+.
I absolutely
Don't do A+.
love the fact that, you know, that they kind of discuss, you know what I'm saying, his African heritage. I think that was definitely important, you know what I'm saying?
That was
Just
very important.
everything. Just all how hood it was, you know what I'm saying? It was
a little bit of everything.
it was
was
a straight it was black, but it was diverse. It showed the diversity of our people, you know.
Yeah.
You could get it.
The whole thing
You
about
could get it. Something you said that gave me a chill, A+, and it was the video, because I said that I wrote that down here. The video. I love the fact that they showed videos of him as a child, because I thought it was very smart of his mother, and I thought it was kind because it showed humanity. Because for those who could not connect with him as an adult, as a, activist, or sometimes gang member affiliation, whatever it may be, you saw a child there who had dreams and aspirations, and that's what you tried to extinguish. And I thought it was kind of her to share that.
Yeah.
We do have a friend on the phone. A+ has informed us. Say hi, friend.
Friend.
Hi, how's it going, PLOPP Life?
Hi, what's your name?
This is Dr. Will, longtime listener and fan of the show.
Hi,
Thanks
Dr.
for
Will,
calling,
and longtime
Dr.
fan
Will.
of 7 weeks of the show.
Right.
Thank you for plopping with us. Where are you calling from? Are you in, what state are you in?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
What up, LA?
What up?
Okay.
What part of LA?
Well, I'm born and raised in Inglewood, but
Inglewood?
I currently reside in Westchester. But I have to chime in. Y'all talking about neighborhood nip. So
Come on.
It made me come from an individual that has grown up in the area and is an affiliate of people that he's connected with and has met him when he was a kid. It's sad for the city. That was something that really touched me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. LA's still grieving a little bit.
Yeah, it ain't never gonna be the same.
Never.
It ain't never gonna be the
To
same.
see how the city came out for him for his funeral was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we see that a lot of times in death, especially in the music industry or the entertainment industry. But he had a very profound effect on a lot of people because he was a voice of an area and a movement beyond the music, and we need to see more of that from individuals like him in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think
Thank
we see
you.
that from individuals like Jay-Z. We
Thank
see that
you.
from individuals like Rick Ross,
Yeah.
but we don't see enough of it.
Right.
And it's
That's
unfortunate.
true.
Yeah, the difference is though, Nip was always accessible. You could see him up and down Slauson.
He was always in the Marathon store by himself sometimes.
You could see him, you know what I'm saying, catch him at the Simply Wholesome or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Slauson was him, you know what I'm saying? He deserved everything that he's getting. Not only that, now check how Slauson and Crenshaw is a tourist attraction now.
You see that?
You know me?
You see that?
That ain't never happened.
You see that?
It's a destination.
That's
And
it.
It's a destination.
That ain't
It's
never
a square
happened.
now.
That
Right.
ain't never happened ever. Who would have
I
thought that it would
remember
ever
in
be
high
like
school-
that? That's crazy.
And when I was growing up out here in high school, Crenshaw and Slauson, that Shell station was a 6-0
Straight up.
hangout. That was the first
that was
choice.
it.
You could
That's
be here
it.
any weekend and find the 60s running the show.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Nobody want to
And
go
to
there.
see it now, like
Yeah, unless you knew, you had to know. You had to know. You had to
be
know
let
people.
in.
You had to know people for sure.
It's so funny that you say that because it's funny how the world works. Is that before he passed away, he was streaming on Spotify 2 million streams. The day after he passed away, he was streaming 60 million streams.
That's
No coincidence. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
There, that 60 go again. Go ahead, Dip.
Grammy
60
nominated.
million streams.
One of the homies from the neighborhood. It's just amazing to see what he was able to do in a short amount of time. And we're talking about a 10-year run. A lot of his music was mixtapes and underground. He didn't really get mainstream until he just did this last album.
now.
Till he felt like
Right.
it. Till he felt like
Till
it.
he felt like
He
it.
felt like it. That's what it was.
But he did the right thing in the way he controlled his music and wasn't ever letting it get out of his control, owning
That's
his
right.
masters,
Oh
owning
yeah, that's how
all
he
his
do it. He
publishing
did it
rights,
smart.
and making sure that he controlled the narrative versus signing a 360 deal, which is
Right.
the industry standard that they're trying to rob artists from, and not letting you have any control or any say so over the music that you produce. They
Yeah.
want you to, make songs that they feel are necessary.
And they want
He
you to
had
be okay
control
with
of
they
that, and that's
follow.
amazing.
The other thing too that was very amazing about him, even so behind the scenes. First off, the stuff that he didn't wait till he blew up to do it.
No,
He's been
he
doing
didn't.
that. That was
Yeah.
part of who he was.
Right.
But having insight to people, to people that worked with him, are very close to that are very. I'm very close to people that worked with him. They would be in meetings for his record company, and they would say, "Okay, we're going to do A, B, and C and set things up." He would always say, "Let's do it, but can we do it here? Can we bring that over here?"
Right.
Yeah.
So because what people don't understand is that you don't acquire things because of money. Because I can be broken. If I got money in my pocket right now, I can buy something. What money gets you is access.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he wanted to give people access.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would normally wouldn't get it.
Right.
Thank you so much, Miss Dr. Will, for
Dr.
calling in. We
Will,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
No, I thank you guys for taking my phone call. I'll definitely be touching base with you guys again.
But yeah, I do think that was. I think it was very touching. His whole
It was.
his
And the whole
his
thing.
ceremony.
beautiful.
I mean, it had to. I was like, YG, come on now. But he spoke from his heart.
Yeah,
He
he
said that was his homie, so he said what he needed to say. He was quick about it, but he got it in. Snoop, go for it. Snoop, I noticed was the only one who actually acknowledged his coffin. Him being
he
there.
did. When he saluted the coffin.
That was it. That was it. I was like,
I
he ain't gonna say nothing. He could have did that and left.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, yo, the end.
They Keisha, she said that it was a beautiful homegoing.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, some of the guests said some things that they should have kept privately. In total, though, it was amazing the love and support that his family received.
I respect that, but the only thing I say to that is funerals are for the living, not for the dead.
Right.
Because he don't know what's going on, much less does he care.
No.
If he believe, if he believe what I believe, and you in a better place than here, then you don't have no record. So it's for you to get out what you need to get out. If you got to get it out that way, get it out that way. And I think that was very smart of his mom not to do the public thing in the church, because she knew her audience. She knew who his friends were.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
I was curious to know the person who commented, what was it specifically that she felt that they should have left out.
What was it
Keisha.
specifically?
Curious.
Keisha, what do you think that they should have left out specifically at the homegoing? Andrew also said, I believe Nipsey Hussle was God's chosen and he was before his time. We just need to wake up.
You see the impact.
Keisha, what do you think?
The impact is pretty evident. I mean,
Still going.
It is. I
And
mean,
it won't stop.
but look at that 25.5 mile per session. I don't know who in the world they would ever do that.
That was presidential.
That absolute.
That was kingly.
That was bigger.
That was
bro.
kingly.
That was bigger than
That was
president.
kingly.
Nah, he's
That's royalty.
He's LA royalty.
Straight up.
Immortalized
That's
forever.
world royalty.
They're
And
not
I
doing
thought
that.
it was very
Bob
nice.
Marley didn't even have that.
No.
Straight up.
I thought it was
and Bob
very-
Marley was Bob Marley to Jamaica.
To Jamaica,
like,
right.
And that's heavy for the man. I don't even want to say a nigga, but
Say what you gonna say.
man, straight up. But for a nigga to come from the '60s,
Right.
and have
be
that
allowed.
impact from Watts.
Uh-huh.
The Hoovers fuck
I'm
with that
st-
nigga.
I'm still trying to figure out.
That
man,
is
like,
and
it's
who you telling?
I'm
The
trying
only
to
thing
tell
I
you.
thought when I saw on the television the whole procession, I said, "Ride your city, nigga." That's what
straight
all
up.
that's all I
Hey,
can
man,
say.
he
Ride your
deserved
city,
everything,
and that's
and
what he
more.
did.
Everything and more.
L.A.
And L
In the
right.
hood, though.
You
Right.
We have
understand?
a lot of haters out here in Los Angeles. They call this Los Scandalous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Definitely.
Facts.
To be
You
able
know
to
what
let
I'm
that
saying?
go, that pass through.
Yeah.
I saw people when he got to the mirror, and when he got to the marathon store, it was like, yo.
Yeah.
I saw
Nah, they
people
was-
standing on top
The
of
images is
police
crazy.
cars, and the police let them do it.
They're gonna be learning about him in the history books.
Yeah, oh, definitely,
Facts.
definitely.
What? Nah,
He's a
that,
legend,
they,
for
man, when they got to slow, I knew they was gonna have to like slow mo 2 mile an
Yeah.
hour.
Oh,
that.
you already knew that.
The whole
You
way,
already knew
the
that.
whole way down.
The whole
Slow.
way.
You got a
They
2
got
mile
the
an
car
hour.
was
That.
walking.
They
They
were.
got the car was
Everything.
walking. I was like,
Straight up.
that's
Straight up.
awesome.
Hey man, Sam get all the respect, everything. Everybody, don't get me wrong, but
Oh, that's what she's saying. Keisha, she said the minister's speech at the end, and
Oh, his little flag.
YG's comments about his light-skinned daughter.
That's expected. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, okay. Those are the comments she said could have been kept out.
I mean, yeah.
Possibly, but again, funeral. And sometimes funerals and weddings bring out the crazy in people. But you know what? It was what it was.
Thank
because
you,
people,
Keisha.
Because people had a lot of shit to say about what his mom, what they don't realize. His mom spoke over everybody's head. If you got it, you
Yeah.
got it. If you didn't, it sounded crazy. But we got it.
Yeah.
I was in
Totally.
tune. I was like, yo, okay.
Totally.
I see where she at.
I loved his mother.
Oh,
I don't
my
know, and I'm
gosh.
probably biased because she's from Louisiana. Shout
Hey.
out to our Louisiana listeners and followers.
I also the video. You remember the video that was out before it when she was talking about him.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't realize that video was not supposed to be public.
What video?
Oh, really?
When it was something she was getting interviewed by somebody. When she was talking about her
It was,
son.
yeah,
it
I
wasn't
think-
supposed to be put out publicly, but it was.
Yeah.
But whatever. It
It
was
was always
beautiful. It
get
spoke to
leaked.
me.
Couple
Yeah.
other notes.
What?
The last person to have a funeral at the Staples Center.
Was
Michael
MJ.
Jackson.
Yeah.
So,
And his wasn't even like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No.
That's what
this one was.
They-
This was on that level
Procession,
though.
yeah.
This was on that level.
Yeah, this was-
He exceeded that
The
level.
way he was
He
up
exceeded
there
that level.
with all those flowers up there, I was like, that is absolutely.
Nah, he passed Mike.
Gosh,
If we gonna
child.
compare homegoings, nah, like he there's
He
nobody that's
surpassed
gonna
Michael.
ever do that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But I thought it was. I still, again, was so grateful that she put the home videos, not only of him as a child, but as a teenager,
Yeah.
going to because I think she needed for white America to understand that this was not just a gang member.
No,
you know,
right.
the gang. People said this
No.
was my son,
Right.
and he was a prince,
Right.
and he was an activist long before you even knew about it.
Really.
But I think
Yeah,
that
for real,
it's
though.
been a good thing that they were
Yeah.
able to change the narrative because
Yes.
he's not just being recognized for music. Everybody
Yeah.
knows him for
Everybody
his
knows
activism.
him. That's right.
That's
So
real.
it was
So for
great
that,
that
though,
they
that's
did
true.
that they showed a totally different side because a lot of times we see they run with that narrative of
Oh, they do.
I
The
like that
rapper.
they showed that though. I like
Yeah.
that they showed.
But just like they tried to be like, oh, all these shootings was going on just because it was a drive by because
That wasn't
just
even
because
related.
it was a drive by at the same time as that does not mean it was related to that. And I hate that they tried to do that and
Right.
say it over and over again. That had nothing to do with what was going on.
Nah.
LA was an LA. No matter what hood you were in, was in a whole different mindset.
I like that they showed everything. I like that they showed that he was a part of the game because
Yeah.
it showed. Man, look, I'm multifaceted. I could come from this and do this though.
Right.
And I
You know
can
what
be
I'm
in both places.
Straight
and I know,
up, straight
yeah.
up, and I know how to turn it
And
on
rock
and
with
off.
it.
I'm versatile.
Exactly.
Period.
I love and still being true to him. That was awesome. Something I looked at, I noticed when looking at his pictures because I'm like always like posting about him every single day for whatever reason. But I noticed something that I don't think most people notice, especially men, but I think a lot of women may have noticed the way he took pictures with other women. He always had his hands like this and
Yeah.
to off. He never Only with his woman, you always see him like this, with his hands folded in front of him. He never like grabbed on, touched on women like that. When other women who weren't his own, I thought that was respectful. I was like, this isn't about him.
Right.
Yeah, it was different. You feel me?
Different.
Absolutely, just
because even for the picture, they're like, oh, so and so, the so and so. It was always
you just lean in. It's a lean in.
but anywho, Notre Dame.
Yeah. That was really sad.
Cathedral on fire.
That was totally sad. I haven't even seen it yet. One of these days. Maybe if they could rebuild it in this lifetime.
Well, the original cathedral took 107 years to build.
Yeah.
And it is 850 years old.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out now some of the material that was 850 years ago. Some of that shit don't exist.
Yeah, I mean,
and some of the stuff that we have now may not fit in with the stuff that's left. So they're putting together a team of archaeologists to figure out what is this, what material, what substance is this, because whatever it was, it may go along with what y'all were saying earlier about the space, maybe with the whole shit with the pig, because they don't know. They don't know.
Now it's maybe.
Because I'm just saying, I absolutely believe that there are beings on other planets, because I'm from another planet. But I understand the whole pyramids, because that shit baffles people to today, how that shit was put together, the plans for, and it's still standing.
Yes.
Without problem.
Yes.
A building 850 years old.
Can't even imagine.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They didn't have concrete mixers and stuff like that.
How they build that? That's that. You know what I mean?
Like, I know.
I wonder
look how tall that is, how high that is.
It is huge.
What was you using to get up there? Like,
thank you.
Right.
For all of it.
It's like that.
It's like that. Because you have to build something to build something. Yeah. Very detailed. Yeah. The detailing is very specific.
Yeah. How long was you working? You said 107
years? It took 107 years to make. And there are materials that
that's like
they deemed, we as a progressive society have deemed obsolete and may not make any longer.
And that's at least.
And they not only that, but they don't need. There are no plans. It's 850 years old. There's no blueprint for this building.
Yeah, nah.
That's why it's taking a team of people to.
I mean, it's technological advances that allow anything to happen. I feel like.
But will that take away from it?
That'll take away from it, of course. The authenticity. It's not. It's not what it was anymore.
Right.
We're putting Honda parts on a.
Come on. On a Bentley.
On a Bentley.
Come on. You said it. Why did it catch on fire, Sacha?
They are attributing the fire to,
they were doing renovations, right?
Right. They were doing renovations to like the steeple area. Mm-hmm. So they're saying that the construction company or the architectural company that was hired may be culpable for something that happened. So I don't know. They have
Dr. Will says, fuck that white monument. It was probably built by African slaves anyway.
Oh my gosh! Dr. Will.
Dr. Will, hey.
Dr. Will.
Dr. Will, you might be onto something.
Nah,
anyway.
Take that mic out of there.
No,
take
that
property.
Take that mic out of there.
Take that property.
I wouldn't call it necessarily I mean, you could say white.
But I wouldn't even. But no matter who built it, though, it was still a structure that was historical.
It was.
It's something that was around for 850 years. So we can't just diminish that. I don't know. I'm fascinated by history. It's something that I always wanted to see. It's a lot of things that I want to go and travel the world and see. But I wouldn't be dismissive, Dr. Will.
How much money have they raised for the renovations?
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. But I know they
almost $700 million they raised in 24 hours.
Right, in 24 hours.
In Paris.
In Paris.
They got it like
we're doing the wrong thing.
Facts. I need to be
$700 million. People was like, oh, it has to be because, it's a great
24 hours.
In 24 hours.
Listen, it's a great
24 hours
monument because somebody said it was. Damn. We do have to understand that somebody called it that, and that's what it is. So.
What does it have inside of it?
No, but
it was
it's
a church.
great. It's great
church.
because of the things that it wasn't. Because it was unlike anything today. It goes beyond just someone saying. It was the work behind it.
Somebody did say this is great, so it's gonna be great. I mean, absolutely, a lot of things that we say. I'm not taking away from it, but I'm just saying the things that we call, this is so to be revered because somebody said that.
Yeah.
But it has
somebody made that proclamation.
I need to know why. I need to know what's in there, what happened. You know what I'm saying? Who was blessed? Who was blessed in there?
Well, I kind of want to say that
850 years ain't enough. Have you seen the inside of it and what the structure
I
looks
don't
like?
know if Jesus himself was blessed in there. What was going on?
Not
in there?
quite, because he was.
That's what I'm just saying.
But I know what you're saying. It's a Catholic church.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Who was in there though for it to be $700
Some
million in
priests.
24 hours? Like who's
Well,
the bread?
Well, I will say they were doing. I wonder why they were doing renovations on it in the first place.
Because they always do things. I mean, it's 850 years old. So
I mean, you do have
piece
to,
by
but I
piece to
wonder
do renovations.
if they delved into an area that maybe was just too holy and they caught on fire. They didn't want to be touched because nobody was there when it caught on fire.
No.
Nobody was there.
No,
it was
no
nobody
one was
hurt.
there.
I think they said one firefighter might have gotten hurt when they were fighting the fire, but when
Right.
it started, it just started up.
No fatalities.
So there's no cause of the fire.
They're still trying to.
We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Moving right along.
No.
We had
come on,
spoke about
Christopher.
well. We had talked about the Mueller report. You know about the Mueller report?
It was like the conspiracy with Russia and all that, or what? I'm not familiar with all that Trump shit.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you didn't start making up something. You said, I'm not familiar with that Trump shit. That's the best answer.
I'm not about
But it's a report that has taken 2 years to do by Mueller and his team about not
The
only
collusion between-
not only the collusion with Russia, but also some obstruction of justice, some other things too. But anyway, they have called it the Barr letter because William Barr, who is the Attorney General, and what we have to understand is that, and what I don't think that 45 understands is that William Barr is not his lawyer. He's the Attorney General. He's the country's lawyer.
Right.
But he's using it as if it's his, because he only appoints and hires people he feel like it's going to do what he say to do. Yeah. But he summarized the report. They already had a summary for him, but he summarized it into a letter. They called it a letter because it's a page.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying that the report says they didn't find any evidence of collusion with Russia. Doesn't mean it's not there. They just said they didn't find it, but they said there's absolutely enough evidence of him committing obstruction of justice. Man. They want to see the unredacted report now. Mm-hmm. Barr has said he will not give the unredacted report because he's going to color code it, the redactions. One is for the grand jury information. They don't want the grand jury information out. They also don't want the sources that the Mueller team used. They don't want to reveal their sources. And they also said there is information in there about ongoing cases. So they don't want to reveal that either. But Congress said, F that. We want to see the unredacted report.
Yeah.
Which they should.
And legally they're supposed to be able to.
They should have access to that.
Thank you. Right. But we're going to find out on Thursday because it comes out on Thursday. Okay. So stay tuned next week and we're going to talk about whatever they give us to talk about.
Next.
Yes. Varsity. The Varsity Blues scandal. You remember the Varsity Blues scandal, April? We talked about that with the people
USC.
The rich kids paying for their kids to get up in there.
That's crazy.
Okay, so you know a little bit about it, right? Friends, y'all know a little bit about it.
I think
if
so.
not, you can look it up. But there's basically some rich people who sent their rich kids who couldn't take some of these tests in high school and in college to get in, and they paid for them to get up in there.
They did.
Felicity Hoffman has pleaded. Her and 13 other parents have pleaded guilty.
Mm-hmm.
What? But Lori plead not guilty, right?
Come on, cause you know I'm a peep you. You know something. You playing games. They're trying to give. They're saying that Felicity and the other 13 parents who came and said, well, you know what, we did it. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna drag this out. We did it.
We're not gonna drag it out. They pleaded guilty. They're trying to give them jail time. They're recommending the low end, which is between 4 and 10 months jail time. The prosecutor said just give them the low bit, but it's up to a judge. They go back to court on May 21st. However, Lori and her husband Massimo and 15 other parents said, no, ma'am.
Drag it out.
First of all, they went to court 2 weeks ago in Boston and said they didn't plead. They was like, we're not saying anything. So now they've opted out to go to court.
Hey.
But they have put in there and said, we're going to say not guilty. Even though there's emails, bank records, recorded phone conversations and such, they're saying we're not guilty.
So what do you think is going to happen in this
Well,
case?
they're trying to give her and her husband 40 years. But she said, check this out. She didn't think they was. She thought they was playing. She didn't think they was serious. She said, "I thought I was giving to a charity." Because they gave their money to a charity that was the whole shit was set up by William Rick Singer. He set the whole thing up. He's the mastermind behind the whole thing, and he had them He had them given to this bum fake ass charity for Cambodian children, or whatever. One was the Key West Foundation. It was different ones. Give the money, put the money there, and then we're going to take care of the business on this end. So. But they seized the money in the account. He was making let me tell you what he was making per parent, per student, anywhere from $100,000 to $6.5 million per student.
Wow.
It just depends on what you wanted. He faked pictures of them. He said some of the students were like, "Oh, we participated in some of the athletic activities," so he faked pictures of them doing it. Stage photos.
Yeah.
One of them was one of the people.
Really
one of them was the coach of Yale soccer. They paid her. Let me tell you. They paid her $400,000. The coach at Yale to accept one of the girls in on a soccer scholarship. The parents paid $1.5 million for the photos and go inside. None of the students give a damn about college.
Nobody.
No, I mean.
No.
Nobody. Colleges.
When they seized the account that he had set up, it had $5 million left inside of it.
Man, don't nobody. Yeah.
But there's another family. They're not really rich. They're very rich, but they're not famous. The Coburns. The Coburns, not only did they plead not guilty, but they want the charges thrown out.
How? Based upon?
Because they said, you've lumped us up with all these people and we didn't do that. And we think the charges should be dropped. So we plead not guilty. But let me tell you what they did. They paid $25,000 because...
We didn't do what they did?
Well, they paid $25,000 to send somebody else in there to take the SAT for their son.
Damn.
So they said, we need to get these dropped because we didn't do what they did.
Yeah.
The crazy
part
about it is...
So there are different levels to lying and cheating?
Well, let me tell you this. The crazy part about it is, even in crime, there's classism.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's classism.
Yeah. It is.
Well, that's how the justice system works anyway.
Well, I think a part of it is the life that they've lived and what they're accustomed to as rich white people. This is not supposed to happen to me. I don't understand why these should be dropped. I did nothing wrong.
Privilege take over.
Privilege took over.
Yeah.
And ego, like you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what they got going on. And Felicity, hers was, she paid $15,000 for one of her daughters. She told him, she was on tape. You can hear the recording. She told him, we're going to do what we did for my other daughter, right? He was like, yeah, we're going to do that. So she paid $15,000 for her daughter's SAT scores to be bumped up. She took the SAT and she got a 1020 out of 1,600. They bumped him up to 1,420. So he was paying the SAT administrators as well. Everybody was under the
right. Everybody was on the payroll.
Everybody was on the payroll. That's why they're paying so much fucking money to pass that money out. Plus, he needed to make a profit. Damn. So they took her scores from 1020 to 1420.
Yeah, they need to implement everybody.
You take the SAT?
No, I didn't take the SAT.
You didn't?
No.
You took the SAT? I know you took the SAT.
No, I took the ACT.
Oh, you did the ACT? I did the SAT, and I'm very proud of my 1480, and nobody paid for that.
That's big. That's big right there.
I took the ACT.
That's big right there.
Out of 1,600, he was like, you want to take it again? I was like, nah.
No, never.
I'm good with that.
Why would you?
I'm good with that. I'll keep it.
Straight
but
up.
Yeah, that's what that was. But anyway.
Yeah, that's big.
What they did, what I feel like some of these people are lacking is pertaining to our topic, which is self-care. Should we go right into self-care?
We can go right into
self-care. Let's go into self-care. So normally this is our topic. Anybody want to chime in? We would love to have you call back Dr. Will with your expletives and shit. Because I'm a cusser too. But anyway, normally I like to start it off with a definition of whatever the topic is. And I think self-care is self-explanatory. I didn't have to go to Webster for that. Self-care is taking care of oneself, right?
Right. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, go ahead, Christopher, since you're our guest.
Go, Chris.
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 Okay. Basically, I mean, It doesn't get complicated. You just said it. I mean, you just take care of yourself. But the best way to take care of yourself is to make better decisions. You know.
How do you make better decisions?
I mean, you know better. You know what I'm saying? We all grown now. We know what's good and what's bad for us. You know.
I think you're giving a lot of people a lot of credit.
Right.
I think you are.
I'm telling you.
A lot of people don't know.
I'm telling
you. We just talked about 5 minutes ago. Or at the beginning of the show, Kodak Black thought he was okay doing that.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Goofy shit like that, you don't pay attention to.
But he's okay with it, though.
And that's okay. And then we got to be okay with that as individuals who know better. It's like, stop feeding him the attention that he's so, he's desperate for. Clearly, I mean, you stop paying attention to that man. What's gonna happen? He's gonna fall off. He's gonna be important, but guess where? In Florida. That's it.
Let me tell you how you in the spirit, Mr. Flanagan. Because the first point I put on my notes was, self-care can also be choosing not to argue with someone who is committed to misunderstanding you.
Absolutely. Right. Because you know why? People don't listen to understand. People listen to respond.
That's true.
That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Because God damn it, I tell you right now, that is it right there. Some people just are waiting for their turn to speak.
That's it. They just want to hear themselves talk. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But self-care is also admitting when you're wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you do that? How do you get to that point?
Hold yourself. You got to be spiritually inclined.
You want to it, right? Because you want to where I'm going. Now, how do you become that?
Nah,
spiritually inclined by meaning what?
I'm gonna tell you why. You don't just know God. You got to have a relationship with God.
And if you don't, then what? Because I let me tell you something about me and God. We go way back. You understand? That's my ace, and I know him to be faithful, and I am so into relationship with him.
Yeah.
But how we have to always see it, because let me tell you something about Mr. A+ over there. He'll keep me on my toes.
Straight up.
And he always asks, when we get into a conversation about spirituality, what about the people who don't believe that?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the.
You have to take that into consideration. Am I not right?
Yeah, but that's their business. You know, you gotta. Who are you accountable to? That's your business. You know, you live by leading by example. You know what I'm saying? If people can't hear what's going on, they need to see it. You know what I'm saying? And we live in a society right now where people need instant gratification. They want to throw shit in the microwave. You feel me? They don't want to put shit in the oven and let the oven preheat. Let the process do what it does, but they don't understand shit tastes better when it come out the oven. The microwave gonna compromise the integrity.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like a slow cooked grit, baby.
I'm gonna keep it.
Because all you people that know about quick grits is fine, but you know about a slow cooked grit
with milk.
Nah, listen.
But
look, that's what I'm saying. Hey, look. Straight
there.
up, you just said like you adding ingredients now, so you need extra ingredients. You throw shit in the microwave. What you need? All you gotta do is cut the shit open. Throw it in
you
the
can
microwave.
put milk in the You can make it with milk in the microwave too. But let me tell you something.
But what you gonna do? It's gonna compromise the integrity. Yes or no?
And do talking about the microwave and stuff. You know, some of the old people leave microwaves.
Man, listen, man. Yeah,
they don't want it in their house.
You could trust the oven. You can't trust every microwave.
Because let me tell you something that I know about Mr. Gus Granger. You got to heat his food up in the oven. Her daddy don't take no microwave. No microwave heated up food.
Never.
Preheat that oven, baby, because I want to eat.
Straight up, but you gotta wait. But look, so look, the patience. That's also patience. So
I am through with you, Mr. Flanagan.
Self-care is about of patience. You know, you gotta be patient with yourself and understand that it ain't about nothing else but stamina and endurance. You know.
Well, I will touch on what you said.
Yeah.
Or from a different perspective. Like I said, I'm good. Me and the Lord is good. But speaking from a broader perspective, one of my points was you have to turn off and turn down, which is a part of meditating. Now I think a lot of people can get with that before they can say, oh well, God, whatever you want to call it, because you got the people who are church people who be like, oh, meditation, they want to hear prayer. You got the people who are not spiritual church people who want to hear meditation and not prayer. So you have to meditate, and you have to understand that the first thing you have
it's synonymous.
It's synonymous. The first thing I think you have to realize is that in order for self-care, you have to actually like yourself. And I say that because at one point I didn't like me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I will openly say that. At one point I didn't like me, but I didn't like me because I didn't understand me. And I didn't understand because I didn't get a time enough to reflect on my own and understand who the hell are you? Because how can I expect you to know who I am if I don't?
I mean, there's a lot of decisions I've made in my life that I'm not proud of that have molded me into who I am. Just like decisions.
Yes.
You're a product of your decisions.
You're a product of your decisions.
That's it. So I mean, is life gonna get hard? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's
Absolutely.
Throw you a few curveballs, but guess what? You got to adjust. Kids complain, adults adjust. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So, you know, at the end of the day, when you know who you're accountable to, and you know what you're representing. We're not perfect. The word perfect goes for one person, and that's Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person that's perfect. Now we're fault.
If you believe in that,
absolutely. That's your belief. You know what I'm saying? This is my belief. You know what I'm saying? So
and speak on that.
I mean,
that's right.
I haven't gotten anywhere in life without him. You know what I'm saying?
High five, brother.
Fact.
Brother Flanagan.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm there right there. I'm
the
perfect to people. Baby, I'm one of God's favorites.
Straight
you
up.
better know it.
Straight up.
Because he's faithful to me. When you start talking about God, you talking about a friend of mine. I get. It's like you talking about that one on the end of that table down there. You know, you buck up or you raise up. You know how the dog's ears come out. I be like, what you say?
Yeah,
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got to say about self-reflection, Miss Granger?
As
self-care.
far as self-care, to me, I think it's just a number of things or rituals that you put in place to make sure that you are you're the better person. Mm-hmm. It can be things to get your mental together, whether it is meditation, prayer. The song is playing now, therapy. Sometimes you have to go and get your mind right so that you can better have better relationships with self, have better relationships with people. I also think that self-care, it's a number of things. Physically, you know, doing things physically to be more active, taking the time to make sure that we're eating right and we're cognizant about what we're putting into our bodies. But I think it's a collection of physical and mental things for us that we have to do in order to keep going and stay positive. Stay positive and to be able to do these things so that we can assist other people. Because again, if you don't have yourself together, well, how can I help someone else?
Do you get to the meat of that? How do you get to the root of that? Because some people don't know about staying positive. They can't stay positive because they don't know what positivity is.
Right.
So how do you come to that? How do you get there?
Well, sometimes somebody might have to enlighten you and tell you about yourself that may bring awareness, because I know I've had instances where some people have been negative and you have to kind of bump them on their shoulder and let them know, you know what? Have you noticed these things about you, which may bring them to awareness and cause them to go ahead and reflect and then
depending on the delivery, right, and the time.
Right, depending on the delivery.
Because they have to be in a space to be able to receive it.
Right.
And sometimes they may receive it. You may receive something from him before me, and we could good friends.
Right.
So and it doesn't mean that you don't trust me. It just means that sometimes you hear from a source that okay, well, maybe I need to.
Right.
That's another that happens a lot with pillow talk. Sometimes your man can be like, you know what, baby, I think you should, and it works. You be like, you know what, you right. Like your homegirl ain't been saying that, but but you know, it may have been the right time. So I would venture to say, wouldn't self-care be also choosing relationships that better you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But how are you able to choose those relationships?
Protecting your energy and having the right type of energy going into the situation. Not having that wall that people love to have up. You know what I'm saying? The best way to receive a hug is to open your arms. I can't hug you if you like this. You know what I'm saying? But people need to understand that their energy is valuable, and the words they speak are important too, you know.
Why do you think that wall is up? Why do you think they don't open up when it's time for a hug?
Previous experiences, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, they equate everything to what they've already gone through, so they don't have any hope. They don't have any there's no motivation to take care of themselves, because they're like, well, if this happened before, it's gonna happen again. But you gotta have.
I think a level of it takes a level of maturity.
Yeah.
Because self-care has to absolutely include, in my opinion, inventory and finding out what happened the last time so that I can reflect, because we absolutely, any relationship you've been in that has dissolved or whatever, you absolutely had a contribution to it.
Yeah.
We like to say, oh, he did A, B, and C, or she did A, B, and C. But I need to, in self-care, say, let me figure out what happened the last time so I don't repeat that. So I can look for that and find that. Because most people shop for relationships like they shop for clothes.
They do.
Trying everything on.
Right.
To see what fits.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. I got that little bit from Bishop T.D. Jakes. Shout out to Bishop T.D. Jakes. But you're trying for relationships like you trying on clothes. Yeah. Everything let's see if this fits. Yeah. And there's a person that comes over there and say, may I help you? And you say no.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, are you looking for something in particular? No. And what do people normally say? I know it when I see it.
Yeah, in fact.
Right.
But how do you know what it looks like?
That's a fact.
What does an abusive man look like?
Man.
What does a child molester look like?
Yeah.
You can't say you know it when you see it. You have to absolutely understand that you have to do some research on your own. And you have to look at, my mother always told me, when you meet a man, let him do the talking, because women like to do a lot of talking with me. He gonna tell you who he is. Just let him talk.
Yeah.
Huh? It goes both ways. She was talking to me.
Right.
But for you, she would say, when you meet a girl, let her talk. She gonna tell you who she is. Because
people in general,
they will tell you. Because let me tell you something right now. Ted Bundy was fine, the motherfucker, but we know what he did, right? They call him. He was. Look him up. He had them blue eyes.
He was handsome.
He was getting them girls because he was fine. So what does a serial killer look like?
Yeah.
Right.
Can't tell.
But when you get in tune with you, the one thing that I like that you said earlier is that I'm a person who always says I connect with spirits and energies. Yeah. You can feel it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can go into a room and be like, I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Definitely.
You can feel it, the whole situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can come in there and just be like, okay, hey, and you just come right into a welcome. Did you feel like you wanted to turn around when you walked up in here? Or did you feel like you wanted to plop down?
Nah, it was love.
Yeah.
I plopped down. Easy.
And it wasn't because of all this MAC and lipstick we got on. You felt the energy. You felt the energy, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It was a vibe, for
we
sure.
had to keep it a little fun.
Yeah, easy.
We had to keep it a little fun. But yeah, I think that we don't take enough time to say, you know what, it was me.
Yeah, that's accountability. You know what I'm saying? Falls into that category.
I always take my time to, when I'm done with my day, I take a note to sit down. And a few weeks ago, A+, as Sacha said, I was putting our business out there, but I wasn't. I had to publicly say that because both of them said some things to me at the time that I could have been defensive about it. I could have been stating my piece. But when I got back to myself, I had to say, you know what?
Yeah.
Because I'm a reasonable human being.
Right.
So something about what they were saying to me had to be reasonable as well.
Yeah.
And at the proper time, I was able to do. But if I didn't do no self-reflection, I still would have been like, "Fuck them."
Yeah, stuck in your ways.
Thank you.
You're stuck in your ways.
Thank you.
That's stubbornness. Yeah, that's stubbornness.
And knowing that's a part of growth. And sometimes growth is, you know what? It's okay if you like something today that you didn't like last week. Right. That's growth.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you're like, I like this today. I didn't like it last week.
That's right.
That's okay.
Today. That's okay.
Thank you.
That's okay. That's cool. That's preference.
Sacha, why don't you close us out on this subject right here, girl?
Well, I also think that with self-care, sometimes, I mean, those components are important. Physical, your mental, but sometimes you just gotta let your hair down and party and live it up a bit and just have fun. That's also self-care. To not take life so seriously because we go through so much. And sometimes it can be. What'd you say?
Oh, it's like. Hey, but she woke up. He was like, "Yo, what? Right. Did they say what?"
No, but sometimes, some people may want to live freely, and that is their self-care, and there's nothing wrong with that, and we're not judging you in doing that. But whatever it is that you have to partake in to allow you to just be yourself and live freely. Yeah.
Can we say mistakes are okay if you learn from them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mistakes are absolutely. I've heard somebody say mistakes are necessary.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
You need mistakes. You need mistakes.
Of course.
Mistakes.
Any last words on self-care, Mr. Flanagan?
Man,
with them brown eyes. You take care of yourself. Obviously, he got them braces and shit off.
I know.
He flashed on you hoes. I'm sorry. All y'all that gonna take me to the prom in Hamilton, it's all good. Y'all saw the swan, now y'all followers and stuff.
It's still love.
Now they in the
You
DM.
know,
Stay in the
it's
DM.
all
But
good.
for real though, what's your
Nah, closing out. I mean, self-care. Honestly, just do a better job. Everybody, just making better decisions, conscious decisions that'll shape your future. Think about the end game and what you're doing.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Shameless plug. Go ahead.
But stay ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying, and always think about what you're doing and how you want to make an impact on your purpose. Get in tune with your purpose so you can know how to really take care of yourself.
Right.
Yo, Christopher Flanagan, thank you so much for coming to Plop. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Is the couch comfortable?
Absolutely.
Is it comfortable enough for you to come back again?
Right.
You have an open door. You are now a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Put that on your resume. You hosted the show.
I'm good with that.
Because when it blow up, it's all good. Next week on the show, we will have Aaron Mundy, who is doing the Blackout Media Market. So please tune in next week. And we want to thank our sponsor, Cheesecake de Granger.
Yeah.
We're so very excited. Where can they find you at, Cheesecake de Granger?
You can find us on all social media platforms. Let me look over here because my phone is dying.
Okay, look over here and face it.
Right. www.cheesecakedegranger.com and Facebook, Instagram, all of those. Just make sure you give us at least 2 days because we've been bombarded, which is a good thing. And everything is
a good problem to have. That's a great problem.
It is.
And all of our YouTube followers, we'll have you. The video will be up on YouTube, and we thank you again for taking the opportunity out your day, your busy life, to just come and plot with us. We're so excited, and in the essence of self-care, I'll close out by saying, when you ride the airplane, they say in the event of an emergency, put your own mask on first.
Right.
Before assisting someone else,
Sure
even
do.
if they're a child or handicapped.
They do.
Plop out.
Plop out.